It's me in the hoodie.
Yeah. You already know.
I went to a flea market with my mom. Fam, they had like Gildan hoodies, plain hoodies, $5.
Damn.
I bought one for me, one for what was like this sale section.
A Gildan hoodie, low key.
Yo, it's just regular plain black hoodie or gray, whatever. That's not solid.
Don't sleep on Gildan.
Yo, they had t-shirts, like plain t-shirts.
Don't sleep on Gildan. They make your favorite hoodies.
They're making 8 for $10. I'm like, yo, next summer, I'm running to the flea market and getting me some plain ass tees for summer.
It's back to plain tee season.
Yo, it's raw. It's like, of course, I have like the few design ones.
You're bringing it back to 04.
Damn. But, yo, you gotta change your style. You gotta.
But is it extra large though?
No, they had more sizes than that. that one they had more sizes. The hoodies was just because it was sales section.
They had the. My size is hard, man. My size is between a small and a, like I need that schmedium.
You need a schmedium.
I need that schmedium. You know what I'm saying, man?
In Zara sizes, you're probably an extra large.
Zara's tough, bro. I can't do a Zara.
Zara makes me feel big. Like everywhere else, I'm a large. Zara makes me feel like I'm 3XL.
That shit is for pinch niggas. I can't do it for Asian motherfuckers, skinny motherfuckers.
I can't
do it. I can't do it.
That should make me feel bigger than I should be.
When I try Zara medium, fucking my shoulders are ripping. My shoulders are ripping. And then I do large, the fucking thing's too big. Like I need that medium. Man, fuck. When you find a brand, I guess you got to just stick to it.
That's what it is.
More or less. Oh yeah.
Or the 5 has me thinking I can rap now.
Rapping ain't that hard. That's a Cardi flow though. Regular, degular, smegular. Regular.
It's like that's how the Migos make music. That's why music's not hard anymore.
All right, man. Let's get into this shit.
Let's go.
Let's get into this shit. You already know what it is, guys.
Hello.
Microphone check.
Hello.
Microphone check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
What's that, sweetie? Motherfucker said.
What song you talking
about? On Sicko
Mode. All the time. No, that's a different song.
Totally different song.
Day by night. That song is sick. Guys, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hello
to another episode of the True North Views podcast.
TNV for short.
Now, this is that episode 23.
The Jordan episode.
The Jordan episode.
The GOAT episode.
LeBron James.
He's a 6 now, though.
James. He's not wearing 6 in the Lakers.
Oh, he's wearing 23. I forgot. Yes, I forgot.
This is the LeBron James episode because he's the real GOAT.
Damn. No cap, though. I agree with that. No cap.
That's no cap.
Honestly, I don't know how to use no cap, so I hope I used it right there.
Black taught me how to use no cap.
How do you use no cap?
Just no lie, man. That's no lie. No lie.
No cap.
You already know what it is, guys. Episode 23. We made it to the Jordan episode, to the LeBron James episode. Who
else was 23? In any sport. I can't remember.
I don't think anyone else matters that wore number 23.
No one does matter.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you're here. You're listening. You made it this far. 23, technically 24 weeks in. We motherfucking out here.
24 weeks in.
Well, we had episode 0.
I thought that came out with episode 1.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
We recorded like right after.
That is very true.
We recorded episode 1 right after episode 0.
So technically episode 0 was like a long intro.
Pretty much. It was just so like when you find episode 1, there's 2 episodes for you.
We thought we had something.
Yeah, we did.
We thought we would make it to the new what's it called? New and noteworthy section on iTunes.
Almost did. Let's get to the intro though.
Didn't quite happen, man. But you know what it is? Fuck it. Because the True North Views podcast is still your go-to podcast to start your week.
Hey.
It's still your favorite podcast. It's still your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
No cap.
Some would even say we're Toronto's official, unofficial podcast.
No necktie. We are the kings of dope criticism, the pharaohs of prolific opinion,
straight up,
the emperors of elevated thought.
It's your boy Harris here.
You can call me JustShola.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians.
Hi, mommy.
On what's really buzzing, what people are talking about, and most importantly, what people are not talking enough about. I feel silly this week, man.
Why?
I feel silly this week. I don't know why. It's just one of those days.
Yeah, okay, it happens.
So I feel like I might say a bunch of shit today. So just,
knock yourself out. That's what we're here for.
Buyer beware. Buyer
Listeners
beware. Listener beware. Now, as usual, guys. Well, not as usual, but this week we are going to start with our music potpourri.
Whoa.
But
slow up. Okay, go on.
No, I
was gonna say plug.
I realized where you were gonna go, and then I caught myself. I'm telling you, I legitimately forget every fucking week. It's just
in my head now. It's just, I'm like intro plug, outro
get
plug.
It. Anyways, guys, you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, at True North Views. That's all one word. TrueNorthViews. Otherwise, just fucking Google us. We're everywhere.
True North Views Podcast.
Just search True North Views Podcast on Google. You will find us. You will find your listening platform of choice. Mm-hmm. But I would say the biggest three that we're on, the big three. Shout out to Ice Cube. The big three. I'm telling you, I'm feeling silly today, man. I'm making connections that don't make sense. The biggest three platforms, of course, that we are on is SoundCloud, True North Views Podcast. Look for us there. Hey. We are also on Apple Podcasts. Mm-hmm. We're also on iTunes. Technically, you do have to distinguish between the two. Okay. Because
I still can't tell the difference between
the two. If I'm not mistaken, Android phones still have iTunes.
They have iTunes?
Don't they?
I thought computers can have iTunes, not phones.
Maybe.
Phones don't even have iTunes. They have like Apple Music.
I'm fucking tripping. You're
Apple
right.
Podcasts.
But I think there is a difference. So nonetheless,
there is. One, you can buy music. Like you can buy music from iTunes, but if you have Apple Music, you pretty much stream music.
So you can pay free $3.99 for our podcast because we ain't charging motherfuckers.
Is it actually $3.99 to buy a podcast?
Free.
Free.
Free $3.99.
I thought like $3. Like
I told you, I'm feeling silly. I didn't lie when I said this.
Let's go.
But let's get this plug right. Oh my goodness. Oh my fucking goodness. Oh my goodness.
I cannot do that.
Let's get this plug right, man, so motherfuckers can follow us. So you can follow us, the biggest three platforms that we are on. SoundCloud, as I mentioned, we are also on iTunes / Apple Podcasts. And I think the biggest player in the game very shortly will be Spotify. And we are already there. So you ain't got to worry about that.
Spotify will take over Apple Podcasts?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Not over Apple Podcasts.
I think
but I think it will become the most well-known podcasting space because you think about it. There's Google Play or whatever, and then there's Apple, right? What's the unifying factor? It's Spotify.
Yeah.
So
I do agree with that though, because I know someone that doesn't even listen to podcasts, has an iPhone, but only listens to podcasts off Spotify.
So I think I think it's very important. But guess what? We're there too. So
we out here.
You ain't got to worry.
All our episodes are there.
Fucking everywhere. Find us, Google us, True North Views Podcast.
If you can't find us, DM us, and we'll find a way to get on that service.
That is very true. I promise that you will find all of our shit. Let's
get into this.
Before we get into it, again, let's say a thank you. Let's give a round of applause to all the motherfucking listeners, all the viewers.
Hey, shout out! I never
day one listeners.
Thank you. Well, thanks for all the lessons.
Day 0 listeners.
Day 0.
Day 23 listeners.
Day 23.
What was the P Diddy band called? Day 22.
Day. I'm gonna say
Day 20.
I'm gonna say
Daytona.
It was Daytona listeners.
But hey, man, shout out to everyone listening, man. For spreading that word, becoming a new listener, being an existing listener. We really appreciate it, man. So just shout out to y'all. Keep listening, keep recommending us, keep spreading that word. We truly appreciate it. We truly do.
We really do, man. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep spreading the word. Nothing more positive.
I think I'm ready to get into the shits now.
Oh, day 26.
Day 26. So we're almost there. We're almost on our day 26 shit. I'm ready to get into the shits now.
Let's go. So a lot of shit talks about.
Most people, of course, are going to start their news week with the Carter.
Yeah.
Let's start with the barter.
Yeah. Let's flip that shit, yo. Let's start with the barter.
Let's start with the barter. So, of course, we're talking motherfucking Thugger. Young Thug. So let's get into that music potpourri, man. Now, it's been a huge week for music.
Big week.
I think it's been a big week. Huge. I think some good projects have come out. I think some projects that were supposed to be announced
didn't come out.
I can tell you for sure, while we're at it, Yandi's going to come out after we record.
Watch it be like
and before the episode
we just hit end.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Yanni came out 2 hours ago.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised. Put it this way: if you hear an inserted segment,
I'm dead.
With a quick Yandi review,
you
just know that we did that intentionally.
There we go. Exactly.
I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah, no, a lot of shit came out, man. Young Thug came out, of course, with the On the Run EP.
On the Run.
What the fuck do we call it?
Okay, look, Young Thug comes out with a lot of music.
On the Riven. Let's talk about this a little bit. What did you think about it?
It's Young Thug being Young Thug. I like Young Thug's music. Mm-hmm. It's entertaining.
I heard
someone didn't like it.
Who was it that said? I think it was Joe Budden. It's hard to know how to not like a Young Thug record.
That's true. I like that.
Like when you think about it, it's you don't really know if you should like it or not like it because it's so like ahead of its time in a sense.
It's sonically always appealing. Like you can never say I do not bump my head to the song. But yeah, it's just honestly no buts. That is Young Thug for you.
No but. Pause.
No but. Did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I liked it. I think it has some good tracks on there.
I like the features.
The thing with Thug with me, the thing that kind of bothers me about Young Thug is that to me, none of his music, at least lately, is like really memorable.
That's one thing I don't like. I feel like he makes music that's too for the time.
Yeah, his music's like super relevant.
It's not going to stand the age of time.
That's the thing. So to me, a lot of his records, again, at least recently, they don't have much replay value for me.
Not even recently, his whole career. Because his tracks from like 2 years ago, no one's bumping them anymore.
Now, mind you, again, I'm someone that has been willfully ignorant to the new generation for a while.
I've been bumping Young Thug for a minute.
So to me, the new generation has only existed as of 2017.
Oh no, they've been around. They've been around.
So you gotta remember, I'm coming in fresh. I'm coming in fresh with all this shit.
Young Thug's been dropping. That's why Young Thug has. I think they say he's dropped over 1,000 songs to the public.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But he just doesn't have that thing that makes him memorable. None of them are going to be a classic. They're just good.
Yeah, they're cool. They're just there.
Exactly. They're
just there. Right.
If I want to turn up and I don't want to listen to Tekashi or some shit, I listen to some Young Thug. That's what I feel Young Thug is. 6 tracks.
That shit came out on a Monday.
I didn't know until you.
Is that Thug just being Thug? Is that?
That's his record label being his record label.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck to think. I don't even think his record label had anything to do with this. I really don't.
I feel like when you're signed, your record label is so on you.
Yeah, I guess they're just aware. I guess they're just aware that you're coming out with shit.
That's
maybe you tell them, oh, I'm just doing 6 tracks. And they're like, all right, cool. Is there any problems with copyrights? Nah, all right, cool. You release your shit.
You think so? No, I think the record label says, you know what, Thugger? Release 6 tracks. We're going to get these features on it, and it's going to come out between this time period.
I don't know.
I feel like record labels are so they don't like record labels are all about the money. They don't want the artist in control.
True.
They don't want the artist doing what the artist wants to do. They want to tell the artist what to do to capitalize on their money.
That is very true. Now I thought the album was good. I mean, again, EP, mixtape,
whatever. What's called project,
whatever the fuck it is. To me, well, also very important to note, prior to obviously the bigger albums coming out later in the year, it did reach number 1 on the U.S. Apple Music charts.
Does that mean anything?
Now, this is an ESPN stat.
That's what I was going to say.
This is clearly an ESPN stat, but I think this is actually a big look.
And it came out on a Monday. Remember
I think this is a big look for Thug.
No one else was bumping anything.
That's true.
Except that. Like on a Monday, you're tired of whatever.
You're tired of the Friday music that came out 3 days later.
So now you go on, new Young Thug. I never hated Young Thug. Let me give him a listen.
True that. But I think this is big for him because the biggest flack of his career is, when is Young Thug going to get one? When is he going to get that $250,000 first week? When is he going to get that 150 first week? I don't think he ever will.
I don't think he ever will.
I've already stated, well, I don't even think he's past his prime, but I've already stated that I don't think he cares. I've already stated that.
I think he does, but
I mean, put it this way, like, and I think, I don't even remember where I heard this, but probably on Twitter, Cole has already given him high praise.
A lot of people have. Drake
has already given him high praise. Kendrick,
Kanye did
too. Elton motherfucking
sure Travis
John.
Scott might have. Elton John, yes.
Already gave him high praise. So Thug,
he's on a track with him.
Thug is already known to be great. Let's call it, for lack of better term, whether you agree with that or not. He's already known amongst his peers as great. So I almost don't feel like the general public needs to agree.
No, I just, but again, like you said, who really hates Thug? Like,
a lot of people, man.
Really?
For some reason.
For what?
I guess they assume him to be in a category that he might not be in.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
But he was spitting on this. Like, don't get caught up in the mumble rap. He was spitting. He was motherfucking spitting.
You know, before we get into the album, one more thing about Young Thug, and I watched a video on this on YouTube. His name is like Hello Yance. He talks about music stuff. And he says he thinks the reason why Young Thug would never sell like 100 first week is because when he was hitting his hype, the height of his hype, his label did not control him well enough, and he kept on releasing music. So there was no demand. Because everything, there was always a new song.
Too much supply.
Yeah.
It's
so
economics
they didn't
101.
build that, like, oh, we want to listen to them, and then dropping. They just kept on dropping stuff.
And that's why I say I genuinely think he doesn't give a shit about sales. He has a good living. He makes good money. He produces for a ton of people. And I'm sure he gets most of his money from production.
Produces?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Well, if he does, man, shout out to him.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Production is a money category that no one thinks about.
Very true. Very true. Shout out to Young Berg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them. But to me, I think there was really only, it's only a 6-track project, but 2 standout tracks for me. I really like that track with Black.
6 Lack is always
Climax.
6 Lack is so good.
Yo.
Like, pause, bro. Like, his music is on points recently.
I think Black I have a hot take.
He's going to have the hottest feature of the year.
Harris hot take right here. First Harris hot take of the day.
Just get like fire burning on the soundbite.
First Harris hot take of the day. Drop a motherfucking bomb on that one. Black is, or has already, or will, one of the 3, overtake Ty Dolla $ign as the main feature artist for records.
Ty Dolla $ign just has that thing.
Can't get rid of Ty? Nah, you're right.
Ty Dolla $ign has that. I don't know what it is about him, but
it's the it factor.
For like the last few years, I've said if I was a rapper,
I
would put Ty Dolla $ign on my hook if I want to hit.
I'm putting Black on mine. I'm sure Black costs less.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
I'm sure Black costs less than Ty Dolla $ign right now, man. So for the time being, I'm going with Black.
No, I think Black's just the hype. Like, he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's amazing, but I feel like his hype is hot right now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And I listen to anything.
He's hitting at the right time. He's absolutely hitting at the right time. But no, Thug killed it on that feature. I really like the track with Jaden Smith.
That song, it came out earlier, didn't it? Or was it? Did it come out?
I don't know. Did it?
It may have come out on Monday, and I was on a playlist. Cause I remember hearing it, and I was like, "Damn, Jaden Smith killed it."
Yes,
Young Thug killed it.
I was gonna say,
and I heard the Elton John one.
Was on some shit. The Elton John one came out a while ago.
Okay, that one I knew I heard.
That one came out a while ago. That actually caught some flack. I didn't.
Why? Because people.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it either. I'll be honest.
It just surprised me. Like, I was like, Elton John and Young Thug. Like,
and then Elton John said he's a big fan or some shit.
Shout out, man.
I don't even know. You. And then, in typical Young Thug fashion, because we know Young Thug is going to do Young Thug. Not that he wore a dress, but on the run comes out on Monday, and by Friday he says Barter 7 is coming in moments.
Well, that was just to spite, like.
Do you think it was to spite him?
Yeah,
I think it was too.
You don't just drop that randomly right after the Carter 5's coming out. Like,
and I think that has to do with the fact that Young Thug and Baby might see some time. They might see some time in
let
prison.
Them know why.
Yo. So for those that don't know, I'm gonna unpack this story a little bit. Now, this happened back in 2015. Lil Wayne's tour bus was shot up. This was after he had left an Atlanta club. No one was injured at the time. Young Thug's former tour manager, they call him PeeWee Roscoe. His real name, Jimmy Winfrey.
Roscoe.
He was arrested for that shooting. And in that same year, he pled guilty to a 20-year sentence.
Jesus Christ. How's this man a manager?
Tour manager.
Oh, tour manager.
I know. At first, I thought it was a manager as well, but I guess you can say just tour manager.
How did Baby and Thugger get linked into this?
Well, Thug and Birdman were both beefing with Wayne at the time.
Yeah.
Of course. And both of them were named in the criminal indictment as conspirators.
So did PeeWee snitch?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
So
okay, good to know.
So additionally, I'm reading in the article here, there were reports that Winfrey, who is also known as PeeWee Roscoe, was going to rat Thugger and Baby out.
Wow, what a snitch.
Yeah, because earlier this summer, PeeWee, his conviction was actually overturned based on a technicality. So
20 years no more?
I don't think he's getting to 20 years, some kind of technicality. I don't have the details there. But apparently he might snitch. He might snitch, man.
Yeah, honestly, I would not want to snitch on Baby. Like, if there's one person, two people, it's Suge Knight and Baby. I would never want to snitch on.
And Young Thug.
Well, now
don't sleep on Thug, man. Thug is a motherfucking gangbanger. I want no parts of Young Thug.
I ain't snitch on Baby.
We all know this is actually a bad time for Thug as well. He was arrested a couple of times, I think, on some weed possession.
Yeah, gun charges.
I think he had gun charges, some shit like that. 8 felonies apparently he's been recently charged with.
You're a rapper with millions. Why are you doing this shit,
man? You can leave the hood.
Cut the hood shit and make your money.
You can leave the hood.
Make your money. No one's gonna blame you for making money.
The hood will never leave you.
I don't hate you for you leave the hood, make your money. That's the goal of life.
To me, this is all interesting, man. Like why is all why now? Why is all of this coming up now?
Because the lawsuit with Lil Wayne settled.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, this tour manager, is he gonna snitch on Thug and Baby? I mean, he was facing 20 years.
Yeah. You know what? But he did shoot the bus.
He was facing 20 years. Well, we don't know if he shot the bus. We just know he was indicted or convicted or whatever. Wayne not Wayne, Birdman and Thugger might get caught on some conspiracy charges. I have no idea what that time looks like.
Conspiracy charge is the same thing as the charge.
Real shit?
Yeah, like you never heard conspiracy to murder? I learned this because of Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda. Oh,
because
true.
Bobby Shmurda's charges are all conspiracy because he's in a gang and your gang killed someone, so you conspired. Like you're part of the murder technically because you knew about it. And
I heard a hot take. Well,
Shmurda's coming out?
This is going to be the first shout out to Lit Like Leash.
Hey, shout out to Lit Like Leash.
Avid listener.
Yo, shout out.
Drop a motherfucking TMV bomb for Lit Like Leash. Let me just make sure I'm on the app. Drop a motherfucking bomb.
Shout out to Lit Like Leash, bro.
She said, is the only reason why we like Tekashi 6ix9ine is because we really miss Bobby Shmurda that much?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, 6ix9ine makes like entertaining music. He makes hype music.
Bobby Shmurda?
He makes club music.
If Bobby Shmurda was still around, you don't think he's 6ix9ine right now?
He wouldn't be doing the shit 6ix9ine does.
Not the shits, not the antics. I'm talking about the music success.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
From New York, no?
Yeah.
The from
hype,
New York.
Yeah.
A hype New York, dance in that sense.
And he dances a
club.
Lot. Computers, that song bumps in New York's like crazy.
Yo, I think she's onto something.
I really think she's onto
something. But no shout out to Lit Like Leash because she just ruined our motherfucking segue. We had a great segue going, so let's try that again. So Young Thug on the run. Young Thug, Birdman might be charged for the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus. And let's segue that into Lil Wayne, Carter 5. I think it's time to talk about Carter 5, man. Listen, we're going to unpack it. We might as well go track by track.
Let me get the track.
We might as well go track by track. Carter 5 is finally out.
Wait, since 2012, 2011 was the last time we heard an album?
I couldn't even tell you the last time I heard Lil Wayne just in album mode in general. Do you want to get into early album predictions right now, or do you want to unpack it track by track?
Let's unpack it track by track. And at the end, we'll just give a quick synopsis.
Track by track.
A quick too long didn't listen.
Very true. A quick TLDR. So I mean, first of all, you cannot start an album with "I Love You, Dwayne" because I'm already tearing up. I'm already tearing up.
That was his mom, right?
Yes. I'm already tearing up. I'm already sad. I'm already knowing that this is gonna be a great album. Already, you can't do that. You cannot do that to me, right? Song number 2, "Don't Cry," featuring XXX Tentacion.
This was such a good way to start the album. I don't know what else to say.
Talk to me about this song. I'm going to say this. You know that I never listened to the XXS or sorry,
XXS.
Extra
small.
I'm just gonna say it the way Lil Wayne says it. Fuck it, triple extension.
He said that. Yo, guy,
first of all, I'm like, there's an extra Tacion in there. Why are you saying extension? At first, I was tripping. I was like, yo, what's his name extension this whole time?
Tentacion.
So here's the thing. I never listened to triple extension, right? And that's no disrespect to him. Obviously, I'm just saying it the way Lil Wayne says it. I legitimately got fucking goosebumps.
Yo, because when you hear his voice, you're like, damn, this nigga dead.
Goosebumps like, listening
this N-word
to
dead.
that hook. Like that Don't Cry hook. I get what everyone means now. When they say
they like listen to his album, like you feel his emotion.
Say, this guy was gonna take off. This guy was gonna fucking take off.
You feel that emotion when
oh my goodness,
when his music did drop, you feel the emotion all the songs. You're like, damn, like I feel like he's talking to me personally.
Oh my goodness.
Like, and he's in that spot. He knows what I'm going through. He knows I should not be crying right now.
Say less. Dedicate. Good track. I mean, I don't want to go track by track anymore. Now that I think about it.
I'll think about it. Like, and it's 24 tracks. Not like 7. Like,
we'll fucking spend all day on this shit. So let's talk about then, I guess, some standout tracks.
Yeah,
what were some standout tracks for you?
Uproar. We'll kind of go track by track, but we'll go like, I'll skip the ones that I don't want to.
I feel like Dedicate could have had more potential. So Dedicate was the track where he was kind of telling all these people that I'm your father. In that sense, like, I birthed this entire generation.
And I was going to say, there was a story to this album. If you took it in.
I kind of felt it, but I kind of didn't as well because a couple of tracks lost me.
Oh, yeah. Of course, there's some fillers in there.
Uproar. You cannot give me that special delivery beat.
God, Swiss
Beats was rude on that.
Oh, my God. Like,
I need to be at whatever festival Uproar plays at.
See, everyone knows
I need to be there.
London on the Track and these newer producers,
but they don't know.
They don't know what Swiss Beats was doing.
They don't know
They don't know what Swiss Beats was doing.
That was a big track. Let's talk "Let It Fly" with Travis Scott for a second. And I want to ask a question as well.
Do you think did Travis Scott produce this track?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say
very easily.
I can hear the production. I'm like, this is Travis Scott production.
Super Travis. Super Travis. First of all, 23 songs, right?
24.
I thought it was 23.
Oh, I thought it was 24. I don't know. Spotify doesn't give me a list.
How many of these songs do you feel like... Because remember we were talking about Carter 5. We were saying, do we think it's going to be new tracks, old tracks, combination? Can he get it done in this short amount of time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? 23 songs. How many of them do you think are old?
23 songs. I think half of them were recorded.
And I'm saying old as in like
finished?
Pre-2015, pre-2014.
Or pre-2014? Maybe like 4 or 5 tracks.
I think like 10 of them.
You think so?
I think so. I would have to go back and kind of pinpoint which ones.
That's why I didn't think of it that way.
I think this Travis track was old.
You think so?
I think so. Because, and I'll tell
you,
the
auto-tune was hella weird at first.
Yes.
I'm never going to lie. It hit me hard.
That's one of it. Pause. And, well, that's super pause. I got to find my rewind on that one. Now I feel better. What this Travis Scott track made me realize is this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Travis Scott, you could be right. Travis Scott could be considered one of the GOATs of this generation.
Yeah, hands down.
Check our Instagram. It's on there. Hip Hop Mount Rushmore.
Yo, for real.
That's a free plug to ourselves.
It's our podcast. We have to plug ourselves.
So Travis Scott is considered one of the GOATs of this generation.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is significantly better than Travis Scott.
Oh, yeah. That's not even a question. I would never.
But like that's what this song made me realize, because I obviously never heard them on a song
together. But it shows you how much music has
It shows
changed.
you how much of a gap there is in today's greats versus quote unquote yesterday's greats.
Yeah. That there's big. Like, music is not as challenging as it was before. Remember, I said this a few episodes ago that before, when you listen to rap, like it wasn't like I could listen to it in passing. It was one of those that I had to take in the lyrics.
Moment. It was more of a moment. You had to sit down. You had to digest. You had to
You're
study.
taking in the bars.
all that kind of talking about the bars with your friend, memorizing the bars.
Hearing a song 2 weeks later, I'm like, how did this one go over my head?
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I still
I went to the house,
Jay-Z and I'm still catching bars.
I did. Like, it's like, what is? You're not challenging me. You're just giving me basic shit. I bought a car. My chain costs more than your wrist.
Chain costs more than your wrist.
Like, it's just like whatever. Like,
but the flex on your.
Like, exactly. Like, there's no. I'm not thinking hard about this.
That's a fact. That's a super fact.
Honestly, right, I was gonna say it's later on, but this is one thing I love about Wayne was that you forget how Wayne like structures his sentences. Yes. Like, you're just like, wait, what? There was a song. I think it was an uproar. Maybe it was an uproar. He said, "You're alone like a bankruptcy," and I'm just like, that's a Lil Wayne bar. Like, no one would ever say that, but Lil Wayne, and just like, fuck, Wayne is good. His penmanship is underrated.
Wayne proved very quickly that he hasn't lost a step.
And he's only 35.
Yeah.
Let's remember that. He's only 35.
Like, by track 3, you were like, yeah, this guy's not playing. Right? This guy's not playing. I really like Can't Be Broken.
Yo, Nicki?
Well, that's not the Nicki one. That's not the Nicki one.
Oh.
Can't Be Broken. That one has a crazy hook on it. I even forget what the hook is, but that one I gotta listen to really fucking like Can't Be Broken. That's definitely a standout track for me. You're leaning onto the Nicki shit because of course that is the next song. So that one is called. So for me, hold on, going back for a second. Can't Be Broken at the time, I was like, yeah, this is song of the album.
I think after every song, I was like, oh, this is song of the album.
This is song of the album. No doubt.
Upper was a song of the album. The next one, song of the album. Nicki's track, song of the album.
Can't Be Broken, I think, is a top 3 song on the album for sure. Mm-hmm. Now, let's get into the Nicki shit. What's it called? Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon. Oh my God.
Featuring Nicki Minaj. So Lil Wayne slowed it down at this point. He's kind of singing. Yep. Nicki is singing.
Nicki was hitting.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like an early wedding song. Like, I was like, this is not a bad wedding song. Don't steal this from me. But I'm just telling you guys, know, like, if you get into hip hop and you're trying to change up your wedding, it's a little wedding song. It's literally about love.
You can add that song. You can add that Boss track with J. Cole, Tribe. There's a couple tracks. Like, hey man, let's make this shit contemporary.
Trust me.
Let's make this shit contemporary, man. But listen, after I heard that Nicki feature, right? And I'm going to say shout out to Lit Like Leash again.
Hey, Lit Like Leash. Just always.
And I hope that she's drinking something as she hears this so that she can spit it out as I say it.
What does that mean?
After hearing the Nicki feature, I need a Nicki R&B album. I need it.
I'm sorry. Did I just hear you say you need a Nicki R&B album?
I need a Nicki R&B album. Man. I do.
I think that's a wrong.
Wait. What are you thinking? You're thinking this one
or something. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it.
What? Okay, let's try that again. I need a Nicki Minaj R&B album, but I'm not playing because
she killed it. No,
she fucking killed it.
So I'm going to go on a little tangent here about Nicki.
Let's do it.
I was listening to the radio. I don't know why. I just went for a short ride. So I didn't plug in my music. I just turned on to like Flow 935. That's
what's it called now? The Edge? What's it called? The Beat? I don't think it's called Flow 935 no more.
It's called like The Move or something.
The Move or some shit. Fuck it. Flow 935. Okay,
that's
go ahead.
What we know it as. That should change the name like every 2 years.
Word.
They're playing a bunch of old tracks and Nicki was on them and I was bumping each track word by word. I'm like, I used to love Nicki.
Yeah, you were. You were a huge Nicki fan.
I was a huge Nicki fan.
Oh, we knew this.
And like,
the listeners didn't know.
Don't hate her, but I'm just like, she fell off. And this right here, I'm like, where was this on your album? This should have been like a single. Like, was this a single? Her album would have been like, everyone would have been so anticipated for her album.
I'm telling you, man, Nicki, like, okay,
it showed growth in her.
To me, yes, because remember we spoke about growth, right? Yeah. And we spoke about Nicki Minaj's lack of growth and constantly rapping about the same things. Nicki. And what'd you say? Like, she's always rapping about her
how much
how
much money she has how much more money she has than you, her pussy and sex. That's all she raps about.
That's it. So remember what I said at that time. This is like 5 episodes ago.
A few episodes ago, yeah.
I said, listen, man, Nicki got to start singing. She has to start differentiating herself. She already has. I mean, her and Cardi are not the same person.
They're not at all.
And obviously, you naturally go back to Cardi. But let's talk other rappers. Her and Rhapsody are not the same person.
No, her and
Jean Grey are not the same person. Nope. Her and No Name are not the same person.
No idea who No Name is. Actually, I do. Like, you do. I know you talked about it. I just haven't listened to the music.
You know what I mean? Like, she's already not the same as these other rappers. But I think for her ego, I think for her fandom, I think for her to acquire new fans, she's got to make an entire R&B album. I think that's the right move for her.
Drop like an EP of R&B songs and see how it sounds. Drop like 4
a 5-track EP
and see how it sounds. See what people are saying.
R&B. Get the feedback and then release the full project.
Yeah. Or do like, or make her next album half and half. Like in a way, half and half. Not like Drake half and half, but like, you know, release like 14 songs.
Like a 14 song side A, side B.
Not even side A, side B, just like, you know, a bunch of them, like 3 songs, 3 straight rap songs, and like 2 R&B songs and 2 rap songs. Some shit like that. But put some singing in there. Show some growth. Like,
the thing we know, Nicki puts singing in all of her songs, right?
Yeah, but it's not what
she is a great lyricist. She makes great music. She's a great rapper. And I'm not hating on her music. What I'm saying is for her growth and for her longevity as an artist, if she switches up to the more R&B style,
Swaley,
she would go nuts.
Swaley?
Yes, and I think Swaley's a good example of that. Like when you're even Black in a sense. Black doesn't have the best voice I've ever heard.
No. Black was never like a heavy singer. He was more of a rapper.
He was a rapper, right? Yeah. Like he doesn't have the best vocals I've ever heard.
Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi,
yes. If you know Lil Uzi before he blew up, he was straight rapping.
Yeah,
straight rap, like hood rap.
Uzi.
Like go watch the videos on YouTube with no Uzi. Hair. When you cut his hair,
had a little
no facial hair,
baby dreads or whatever.
No face tats. He was young.
But yeah, I think Nicki will kill it with an all R&B album. I would definitely be in for that. And I think that she proved it on the Lil Wayne track. To me, it was an elevation from any of her vocals I've ever heard.
I felt the same too.
I felt like she was holding notes better. Like in fact, for the first 15 to 20 seconds of that song or of her verse in that song, I was like, this is Nicki?
Right. I'm like, yo, this does not sound like her album. Why does this sound better than her album? Like,
I'm like, this is a singer. This is not Nicki.
Right?
This is a fucking singer.
They produced that shit nice.
And then, so first of all, okay. Travis Scott, smart song to put on the album.
Oh yeah, easy.
Can't Be Broken, Stupid Fire, early song of the album, candidate. Then you have Dark Side of the Moon. A lot of people are actually hating on Nicki for that.
Well, everyone just likes to
because everyone likes to be haters.
Like leave Nicki alone.
Think for yourselves. Stop being sheep. Enough said.
Oh, I was gonna say even when I
hold on. I gotta pause for a second. Hold up. I just realized something. I told you I'm feeling silly today. We used to say enough said. We never said no cap.
Wait, no Toronto. No cap is not a Toronto thing.
I know it's not, but
Nuff said was more Toronto than no cap.
Fuck it, I'm going back to Nuff said.
Let's start saying Nuff said. We're bringing that shit back.
You heard it here. Shit back.
You heard it here. We're bringing it back. Nuff said.
Real shit, bro.
Nuff said.
Nuff said, yo. We're fucking bringing that back. Nicki is talented. Nuff said. Now,
before I was going to say just before this album, because you were still talking about groupthink, which is what the world is in. When I listen to this album, I purposely, groupthink. So you go on social media.
I know. I'm saying that's just hella official. This guy knows mad words.
When I listened to this album, I purposely didn't go on like Instagram or Twitter I wanted to figure out how I felt about the album.
Yep.
Before I knew how everyone else felt about the album.
Very true. Because you want to have your own fucking opinion of it. But at the same time, I'm good at just like ignoring Twitter.
Yeah, but I just didn't go on. You subconsciously, I see you subconsciously fall for groupthink.
That's very true. So then the next song after Dark Side of the Moon.
Arguably the song of the year because
it's not. This is not even arguable. This might be song of the year, verse of the year, feature of the year.
Best rap dual song.
Collab of the year.
There you go, collab of the year.
This is it.
At least 3 to 5 people have told me this was their favorite song.
This is it
on the album, hands down.
This is it. This is it.
So next track is
so we're talking Mona Lisa. We're talking Mona Lisa featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Can I tell you, at first I did not like the song the first time I heard it, but I'll tell you why. I was driving to work. Let me finish. Yo, allow me finish. I was driving to work and it's like a lot of traffic, red light. I can't even finish. There's a lot of traffic, like red lights. It was rush hour. So like I wasn't really paying attention to the song.
Okay.
And so it just didn't hit me. Then when I got to work, I finally listened to it again. I'm like, this song slaps.
First of all.
Punches.
First of all.
Knocks out.
I can't believe you would even say that.
I wasn't paying attention the first time. That's why.
Lil Wayne spazzed on this track. Spazzed. One of the most intricate stories I've heard in a while.
Definitely.
Intricate.
From both sides. From both sides,
yeah, because Kendrick was kind of continuing the
and
he
had his own
right?
Story. Bitch, is that his ringtone? That part killed
I love that
me.
part. Now, what was interesting to me, because we've never really heard them together, right? We never really heard their music side by side either. I didn't realize how influenced Kendrick Lamar was by Lil Wayne.
His flow was exactly Wayne's flow on that song.
I never made that connection before.
So I would have never had if they weren't on the track together.
It made me realize, like, we all knew this. So I'm not saying this for the first time in my life. Lil Wayne really is like that person that has influenced any artist that has come out in like the last 7 years.
He's one of the goats. He's like a goat.
I couldn't fucking believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it.
He's a goat.
I couldn't believe it. Who do you think outperformed who on that song?
I can't even say who, honestly. Both of them,
I think
A+,
Lil Wayne,
A+.
Lil Wayne definitely out-rapped Kendrick on that one.
I'm giving both of them A+.
Definitely out-rapped Kendrick on that one.
Both of them 100%.
Lil Wayne wasn't playing, man. He wasn't fucking playing on this project. Like, I think he was trying to show people, like, yeah, don't forget about me.
Pretty much.
Don't forget about me. Like, I'm really one of the goats.
Like Uzi who? Sorry.
Yeah, Uzi who, Travis who, Chance who.
Stats? Color
Kanye
dreads?
who, Kendrick who,
skinny jeans.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think he tried to go harder because he knew Kendrick was going to be on the feature?
I think Wayne just Wayne. Like, I think Wayne
just being him.
I feel like Wayne tries to go hard on every song.
Being him,
unless it's like some joke and you know when he's joking because he laughs or some shit.
That's true.
Like, but
at the same time, this shit felt effortless to him. At the same time, though.
But listen to his older albums. It does this exactly how he sounds. He goes hard on all his tracks. Then Dedications where he's like more foolish. And you see him say stupid lines and stupid shit, but it's mixtapes. But his albums have always been his top of the top tracks, his hard hitting lyrics, his. Like,
he wasn't fucking playing, man. He wasn't playing. What do you think about that Reginae Carter?
You know what? Wait, you jumped.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I did.
You missed Open Letter.
I hella jumped. Yeah,
I think Open Letter is the best album. Honestly, I would rank it better than the Kendrick Lamar track.
You're bugging, but it is a candidate for me as well.
Just because I just felt like he just hit something.
It was an open letter.
It really was.
I mean, it was
personal,
being a little bit more personal, and I like that a lot.
I want from Nicki, but good.
Yeah, definitely, Nicki. Don't worry, I think Nicki's next project is going to be crazy fire.
And then the Reginae Carter one,
Reginae Carter,
I did not.
I can do without it. I mean,
I did like his mom introing
that's his
the
daughter,
song.
No?
Yeah, his mom introed the song where she was like, "Oh, he told me he was pregnant. I told him you got to be the best father.
You got to be the best father." Then he gets the daughter on the hook.
And then although that's mad auto-tune, and I feel like that was hella adjusted.
Yeah, I don't
think
do
she sounds like that.
I can do with a better singer on the hook.
I don't think she sounds
not gonna lie
like that, but it fit the track perfectly.
I'm trying to think if any other tracks stood out to
me. I like Problems, the Snoop Dogg track, and then this is where everything kind of like blended in.
Yeah, see, this is when
up until like Mess, I think everything blended in just as one long song.
So for me,
24 is too long.
If I'm gonna tell you how to listen to this album, tracks 1 through 14, fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
15 to 21, I could do without.
Okay, I won't fight you there.
I could do without. Tracks 22 and 23 are good enough to be on 1 through 14.
Okay.
So this should have been a 16-song album.
I feel like it should have been 23 was way too long.
Just way too long. But Lil Wayne is one of the few artists that can do that.
Yeah. In 2018,
right? One of the few artists that
can drop 20 plus songs and get steady plays on it.
Now, was this worth the wait?
Yes.
That's it.
Hands down, yes.
I have no other words.
Another question. Are you surprised there's no Drake feature on this?
I was going to ask you that. I'm somewhat surprised. I think there is something going on there that hasn't come to light yet.
Like they're not talking to him?
Something along those lines. Okay. I think something is there that has come to light. Wasn't Lil Wayne? No, he wasn't really jabbing at Drake on this album. He's just kind of jabbing at the industry in general, I guess. But I think the only sort of alibi, if you want to call it that you could have for not having Drake on this album, something label related.
That's what I was thinking.
Something Young Money, Cash Money.
That's what I thought about that too.
Just
something
cleared his name off the Cash Money label. Drake might still be associated somehow, some way.
They might have some song. And my other thought was they're coming out with a surprise collab album.
Or that.
That was the only thing, because they did a mixtape once, a collab mixtape.
You might be onto something.
Ago. And just randomly just gonna surprise
you. Might be onto something, like because I think everyone. Okay, we knew a Nicki feature was coming.
Yeah, I thought Nicki and Drake feature was coming.
And on the same token, we thought a Drake feature was coming.
Yeah,
the Drake feature didn't come. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about the fact that there's no Drake feature. We haven't even really seen them together recently.
The last song was actually called what was it called? They had a few songs like over the last few years, like 2 years ago. They had like 2 or 3 tracks with both of them on.
Yeah, like, you know,
one of them was Used To, I think. The other one was...
That was Believe Me or whatever.
Yeah, Believe Me. Those 2 songs. Used To, and that's what I thought Used To featured Drake. So I listened to it and I'm like, this is not it.
This is not the same song. But I definitely think you're onto something. That's a...
Surprise collab album. In Louisiana, he's going to announce it on his tour.
Because Drake is recording.
I believe that, yeah.
No, like he is recording. Like factually, he is recording right now. So, hey... Wayne might still be recording too. I think you're onto something. I'm
gonna just say about this album, I miss Lil Wayne's cadence.
Yes.
His flow.
Yes.
You can't match that shit. The way he writes.
His wordplays.
His comparisons. I always say he started the comparison rap.
I don't even think he was writing. I think it was just fucking top of the dome.
You see, there was a video that went viral where he performed the whole song in a hotel room, and it ended up coming out like as one of his better songs.
Yeah,
and they showed him just freestyling it in a hotel room.
Him and Jay-Z, because the thing is that it's not that they freestyle; it's just that their music creation process doesn't involve writing it down, right? So, like, you know how you hear like a reference track in a sense where they're in the booth and they're like, go to the
that's what they do.
Yeah, they do that, but they're just so much more advanced mentally
that they can formulate a sentence while thinking.
Because you can make the argument, putting it down on paper might be worse for you. Because you're trying to think of the fourth word. Okay, I don't know if I can do with that word or without that word. But when you're just like in the booth,
you're not thinking too hard.
It just comes more natural.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, I like the process. Obviously, very few people can pull it off.
Very few. Especially not in today's age.
Lil Wayne is one of them. And oh my goodness. I feel like in today's generation, Uzi can pull that off.
Because Uzi's music is half like reference tracks already.
I just caught Mew too. Like he's just making shit up. Like, what are you saying?
Paddock on my wrist. Something.
Did you see Genius try to break that down?
There's no breaking down on Uzi's lyrics half the time.
So they try to break down New Patek. I know we're going off track here. They try to break down New Patek. They're like, oh, Lil Uzi is referencing a lot of very high priced jewelry.
No shit. Have you listened to his music before?
Okay.
Was it supposed to surprise me?
Okay. Didn't Genius do... Okay, we got to talk about Genius for a second.
Honestly is
Genius needs to stop.
They really do.
They need to stop. Because then they start breaking down, bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow.
They start breaking down like
bitch,
all these SoundCloud rappers' lyrics.
Bitch, I'm a cow.
Oh, that girl.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Moo. And I go moo. Yeah. And I go moo. Of course, if I'm gonna make a song about moo, I know my name is Draga Cat or whatever her name is.
Yeah, that girl's
so I have to acknowledge that I'm a cat, and I'm like, what the fuck, Genius?
They're just trying to get views. Like, someone's hot, the song's hot. Let's get this person on.
Yeah, Genius is about to throw themselves out.
Last thing on the album, I was gonna say, this album felt like a little bit of New School meets Lil Wayne style.
Yes, right. It was Lil Wayne's version of New School. I think Lil Wayne is very necessary.
Production was amazing.
Very necessary because we know that he birthed a lot of these new rappers.
Face Tats, Dreads.
Right? Let's just call a spade a spade.
Lil Wayne had Face Tats in 2008.
Now remember what I said to you. I said to you, I feel like the mumble rap era is dying. Right? I've said that. And the reason why I said that was because people like Juice WRLD, people like YBN Cordae, people like Lil Uzi, people like
I think Uzi's Lil the mumble rap,
right? But no, hear me out. I'm saying they kind of mumble, but there's a little bit more of an expectation to actually spit.
Oh yeah. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
We still see you guys as rappers.
Exactly.
We still see them as rappers.
The Pumps, the Smoke Perps, they're not as big anymore. If you notice, they're kind of fading a bit.
Yeah, Pumps
they're kind of fading a bit.
Wait till Pumps album drops.
We'll see what happens. But they're kind of fading a bit because I think there's a bit more of an expectation for lyrics now.
Oh, yeah, there is.
So for someone like Lil Wayne, we know what Lil Wayne is. Lil Wayne is going to deliver elite level of lyricism.
Yep.
So now if I'm a mumble rapper that has been birthed by Lil Wayne, and people like J. Cole are telling me to spit, I'm gonna be like, fuck that. But if someone like Lil Wayne is spitting, I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay.
I gotta start spitting. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I think Lil Wayne is super necessary for this era of music because
he shows people how to be a mumble rapper.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
It's like I'm gonna show you how to do this.
With a style.
Exactly. You can mumble a bit, but you really got to say some shit.
Exactly. Mumble your shit. Like at least mumble. Say something good when you're mumbling.
To me, Lil Wayne almost has like, I don't even know if you'll get what I'm trying to say here. I'm Drake sign already. Lil Wayne reminds me a lot of Biggie.
You got to explain to this. You got to explain this way more.
I got to pause so everyone that's listening can be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
That's exactly what I said in my head.
The thing about Biggie was he was so good at his wordplay.
Yes.
The use of his vowels. Like he was just like the way he would hit line after line after line after line. And you're like, oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wayne is almost the same way. Like he's just like, it's like when you use that, in that perspective, alone like a bank statement or whatever.
Alone. So he's like, whatever he says. It's like you're alone, bankruptcy or some shit like that. Some shit about bankruptcy.
I'm trying to remember if there were any more specific lines on the album. Way too many. Just too many.
I'm still unpacking his lyrics. Like, I already knew that. Like, I'm going to listen to this 2 weeks and be like, oh, did he just say that?
Yep.
Did he just?
Absolutely. Oh, even when he said, something like I turn your halo into a frisbee or something. Oh,
he's like, you think she's an angel? I use her halo as a frisbee.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just
again. We can be here unpacking Lil Wayne lines.
We can unpack this for hours. But let's get into our sort of conclusion statements and let's get into our rating.
All right.
So Lil Wayne, Carter 5. How would you rate the album on a scale of 1 to 10 and why?
3 listens right now, like full album listens. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Why? Because it's Lil Wayne and he did what Lil Wayne does and the production was amazing. Lil Wayne's lyrics were amazing. His features were all amazing, even his daughter. Yeah, like, how about you?
I'm giving this a 8.5.
Ooh.
And the reason now I'm giving it an 8.5 is because as I announced it, right? So tracks 1 through 14, 15 to 21 is a skip.
I see what you're saying there.
22 and 23 are good enough to add to the end. So when I was tracks 1 through 14, I'm like, this shit's a 9.5. This shit adjust my top 5.
So if there
because this shit is right there.
If those tracks were excluded, you would have given it better than 8.5?
Yes, I would have landed upon a 9.
Okay.
If tracks 15 to 21 were not on the album.
Okay.
I would have done a 9 and I would have debated higher.
It went to a 9 immediately because it was a no skip. Even with those tracks being able to be removed, it was still a no skip.
And that's the thing. And I'm not saying 15 to 21 are trash.
You get it at 8.5. So
I'm saying 15 to 21, throw it on a mixtape.
Yeah.
Okay. Throw it on a mixtape.
I'm not arguing with you there.
So I'm saying 8.5 out of 10 for the same reasons you said. Lil Wayne delivered. At the end of the day, he delivered. You know, when you take that much time off, it's like Floyd Mayweather, man. When he's retired for years and he comes back in the ring and he just does what Floyd does, you're just like, man, this motherfucker really is the GOAT. And that's how I felt about Lil Wayne. Like, he took so much time off. Obviously, we know what the issues were behind that. But for him to come back, deliver a strong product that makes you want to listen to it again and again and again and again.
Yep.
Man, you're getting high praises from me. So I'm saying 8.5 out of 10. You're saying 9 out of 10. I'm not hating on that at all.
Easily my top 3 albums of the year. It's going to get instant. I was still playing Carter 4 a few weeks ago. Let's not get that twisted. I love Lil Wayne. Pause.
And then let's get into predictions. So the predictions I'm hearing are very low. Everyone's predictions are below 150.
Really?
What do you think?
I think, below 150. I won't argue that because of the length. It's 24 tracks. That's a lot. If this was like 15, 16
but remember
tracks,
the streaming rules, right? Everyone's going to play the album once.
That's true.
So everyone is going to play something that has 10 more spins than your average project, right? True. So those 10 extra spins by every single user are going to add up.
I'm still saying 220 to 250 first
220
week.
to 250.
First week, yes, easy.
You know what?
I don't think he'll hit 300.
I agree with you. I think 250,000 is his ceiling.
But this album will stand the test of time. It's not one of those that it's going to be number one on the charts, or maybe not number one. I don't know what else albums are up there, but it's going to be top 3 on the charts for a good while.
Yeah, I think it will.
Like how Drake sat at the top of the charts for a while. If he's still not there, I'm pretty sure he still is.
Could be
Drake.
For all we know, Scorpion probably sold 70K this week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right, exactly.
For all we know.
So I think it's going to sit comfortably because again, we said this. Lil Wayne has a solid fan base, and his fan base are older heads. They're not just going to listen to it once and leave.
Yeah, and they're the type to actually listen, unpack, study the lyrics, that type of thing.
Come back again and be like, how did I miss that lyrics? Remember, I asked this question, I'm like, did you think that one would be good because he took so much time off? His music has changed, or music has changed in general. Last time we saw it.
And we were afraid it would sound outdated.
That's why I thought so too. I'm like, I don't want to hear Lil Wayne from 2011, but it didn't.
He definitely showed up. We're fucking super happy for that.
Shout out to Weezy.
Shout out to Lil Wayne. Shout out to Carter 5.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Carter 5. You already know what it is.
All right, now that we're done, I'm slobbering on his knob. Pause.
Whoa. Wow.
Let's go to another album.
Wow. Wow.
It's gonna be everything.
Wow.
I don't know.
Rewind. And let me feel happy real quick because you just said some super pause. All right, so let's move on to another album release, or do you want to talk about the album that didn't release?
Let's talk about the album that actually released.
Let's talk about the albums that actually released. Yes. Young Sinatra IV.
Shout out. He said this is the last one.
Logic. This is the last of the Young Sinatra series. You know the funniest part? I'm not aware of the Young Sinatra series. Really? I'm not. I'm aware of the Bobby Tarantino series.
I know the Bobby Tarantino series.
I don't know the Sinatra series.
Young Sinatra was his mixtape series.
Yeah,
that was what got him his fan base.
That was, I guess, before I started listening to him. I started listening to Logic with Under Pressure. First album. Yeah, Under Pressure.
I wouldn't even lie. Like, his first album was just, I was like,
that was what, 2014?
I feel like I was older.
That was a classic album. Let's talk about that. That album. Oh my goodness.
Replays from me.
That's a legitimate classic. Like just a legitimate classic.
Bobby Tarantino
in hip hop history.
2016. Right? That was 16. Damn, that was 2 years ago.
That's it.
Oh no, Under Pressure was that was Bobby Tarantino. Under Pressure was 2014. And then Incredible True Story 2015. Then,
True Story was a great album too.
Everybody 2017. I didn't like Everybody.
I didn't like Everybody at all.
It was too preachy, like I said.
Yeah, I didn't like Everybody at all.
Bobby Tarantino series, which is I love his Bobby Tarantino series.
So let's get into this Logic shit, man. I mean, what's your initial thoughts at first?
I don't say it's Logic doing Logic, but it's Logic. Like you know what you're getting from Logic. I do think one thing I noticed about this, and I always thought about his lyrics, is he brown noses too much.
What do you mean by that? A lot.
He always says, "Oh yeah, I love J. Cole. He's one of the greats." And then he'll say something about someone else, like the not the GOAT rappers, but he'll say something like, "Oh, Drake hit me up. I love Drake."
Yeah, I get what you mean.
He's always like, I feel like he's pandering. There we go.
I get what you mean. Like he's like almost praising, like using their name to keep himself.
Yes, and he knows like they wouldn't say shit about him.
In a sense,
he technically doesn't say shit about them.
Well, I mean, he's cool with them too, right? Like
I'm not saying he's not.
He met Cole like a while ago, like while he was still on the come up. Yeah. So Wale as well, things like that.
I just felt like he was just too much. It was too much of a. Yeah, brown nose. I was touching my nose, guys, but you can't see it.
I mean, I liked it. I mean, for me, immediately you knew it was going to go in the direction of boom bap beats. I mean, we know that's Logic. That's his bread and butter.
Who's his producer? No idea.
I don't know. I mean,
let's see what No ID produces a lot of his music.
Let's see what my favorite app Title has to say about that. That's one thing
I read about Title, because I would want to know something like who produced this, who wrote it, who's featured. Who engineered, Well, shout out to Title.
I'm about to tell you right now. Producer, let me see for all these tracks. It just kind of just goes different producers.
Okay.
6. Who's 6?
Like 6, number 6, IX?
Yes.
I feel like I've seen that before. He's not from Toronto, though.
Yeah, I know. Why not? But 6 produced a lot of these songs. More or less all of them.
Yeah.
All except the first one. Whoa, okay.
Who produced the first one?
I'm still scrolling.
Who produced the first one?
Let me see. Shout out to Title. Rascal.
Okay.
Don't know who that is either.
Is an Indian American producer, mostly known for his work in Maryland with rapper Logic.
That makes sense.
So he's like Logic's probably like
like his in-house in a sense.
Like his what's Drake's like OVO 40.
Like OVO 40. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you're getting a lot of boom bap beats, and we know that's where Logic is pretty much most comfortable.
Yeah.
I was feeling it. To me, it was kind of like typical Logic, and that's not a bad thing.
That's a good reason Logic's gonna do what Logic does. Like,
to me, it felt safe. It felt safe. It was like, you know what?
Biracial once.
He did.
And he said, I'm going to keep on talking about it.
He said what? He said what? He called himself an N-word a couple times too.
He said it? Oh, I missed that.
No, he said, you guys call me a nerd, a lame, a nigger, something like that. I don't even know. But again, I think my only sort of criticism was that it was too safe. He didn't really go beyond
That's why
anything.
I remember like he was pandering. That's why I felt like he was pandering. Because I just didn't feel like he did anything to like, you know, different.
Yeah, it didn't feel different in that sense. But you know what?
I'm not saying it was
in today's era. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'm not. I
don't mind that. I don't mind just getting a good track, a good project from Logic. And funny enough, I found myself actually replaying Logic's album more often than anything else I was listening to this week.
You know what? Right? I played it twice. I played not Kanye.
So
I played Carter 3 times so far. Guys, it's gotta give me some time. This shit came out yesterday.
You gotta definitely give it some time to soak in. But let me shout out some standout tracks to me. So to me, I really liked the song called "The Return."
Was that like the first track?
One of the first ones. Okay. So he was like, "Fuck a mumble, let's make America rap again."
Yeah,
I really liked that one. He was talking about making a song with Jay-Z. He's like, "The ball's in your court, Hove. I'll wait to hear from Guru."
See, but then
I wonder if he'll keep waiting.
Pandering.
But Jay-Z probably rates Logic.
I'm not saying he doesn't rate him, but like, you know, I thought you're just pandering. Like, do you really need to say this shit? Like,
I want to talk about this standout track. Because remember, we spoke about this when it was a single.
Mm-hmm, the one with Ryan Tedder?
One Day with Ryan Tedder?
I think it's Tedder. I don't know.
Whatever. Tedler, whatever the fuck his name is.
Ryan something.
This song is way better.
Because it fits in
the album than it was as a standout track.
Yep.
And it's funny because the song before it was saying like one day towards the end. And then when this song came in on the transition, I was like, that's what Shola's talking about.
There was one of his albums, or maybe it was a mixtape, where all his songs transitioned. It was on one of those EPs, one of the small ones.
I don't remember.
It was I think it was the first Bobby Tarantino. A lot of the songs didn't really end. They transitioned into the other track. So on the track listing, you will see it as a different track, but it will just transition into another one.
Yeah,
he's known for that a lot.
I definitely don't know what you're talking about.
I think it was Bobby Tarantino.
But that was definitely a standout track for me. I think, again, as soon as that came on, I was like, yeah, Shola was right. This song is immensely better on the album. It's part of the story.
It's one of those, like, it's like what you said about singles.
Yeah.
It's good and it's bad. It's good as in it gets your voice out there. It's bad as in people don't understand sometimes.
And I'm telling you, that's why most times I don't listen to singles.
Like sometimes
I skip over, like when singles release, like when New Patek came out, I only heard it because I heard it. I didn't reach out for it. I was like, I don't care. I want to just hear a Uzi project. I don't care about singles. I hate singles.
Because they do shit like this to you. It's like, this song sucks. And like, oh, wait, no, it's fucking amazing.
So when One Day came out as a single, I heard half of it once.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And I said, I'm not listening to this until I hear a project. And then I listened to it with the project, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
It's totally different now.
I get it. I really like the fucking
Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, that song was
to get everyone on there. Not every Wu-Tang member, but I'm sure most of them.
Was it Ghostface that went first?
Ghostface.
So what happened was
Jizza,
Ghostface went first, and I forgot who went second. I'm like,
probably You Got or something.
How many people did he get? And I looked at the track; it was 8 minutes long. And I'm like, he got everyone. I went to the track listing.
I said Logic fefeaturing Ghostface. I think it said RZA, and then it said +7. And I was like, wow.
It's fucking.
I'm just happy a Method Man verse is on there. Method Man has always been my favorite Wu-Tang member. Method Man has always been one of my favorite rappers, period.
That's good.
So I'm just happy to hear Method Man on there. Do you think they were even aware that they were going to be on a Logic feature?
I think they knew.
Or was it just make a verse and send it?
I think they knew. I think they knew they were going to be on.
You think they fuck with Logic? Maybe. I mean, Logic's been a big fan of them.
And remember, Logic is signed to Nas.
True.
He says it a few times.
Is he signed to Nas?
He is. He is. No one really knows this, but he said in a few tracks that Nas is the one who signed him. Well, I think he's not signed to Nas, but Nas somehow got him
manages him, or like is he the Rock Nation to Wale or something like in that sense?
Some shit like that. But like he knows like through Nas he gets a lot of his features. I know that for sure.
True that.
Yeah. So it was Ghostface Killah, then Raekwon, then I heard RZA, and I was like, there's way too many people already. Like how long is this song? And
I mean that's a Wu-Tang track, right? You're getting bars from everyone.
Capadonna, You God, Jackpot Scotty Waddy, Master Killer.
Yeah, to get all those motherfuckers on there. I mean, first of all, to get RZA to work with all of them is huge. Yep. To get Method Man on the scene is huge. You got You God. Oh my!
How long do you think it took him to get all these like parts together?
Oh man! Put it all together. Have six. Put it all together. I think it took a little minute. I think it took a minute.
You can't hit up all 7 of them at the same time trying to chase it.
I love the little break from the boom bap that he took. And he went go for a second
with what song
with the Wale track, 100 Miles and Running.
That was
oh my goodness, that go beat for me. That's all I need. That's my new feel good music. I'm gonna clip the intro from that, or I'm gonna clip the first 7 seconds of 100 Miles and Running, and that's gonna replace this for us. So this is that's no longer going to be our happy music. We're going to use the first 7 seconds of 100 Miles and Running.
I got it loaded. I'm going to just do a quick 7 seconds.
Do it. That's the new happy music.
All right,
that's it. That's it. And now I'm not mad anymore, and I feel extra silly.
Can't lie, Wale came hard. You know, everyone knows
Wale's pocket.
I'm hard on Wale.
You are very hard on him.
He's really impressed me the last few shit I've seen.
I'm telling you.
Wale, keep it up. Wale, keep it up. I really respect you.
He's one of those people that will have the social opinion of him change later in his career.
Yeah, and
he's one of those people, and I'm happy for that because I've been a Wale fan since he's come out. So that's pretty much it. I really like Ordinary Day. That was a song that came out after 100 Miles and Running.
Yeah.
So that was kind of that Andre 3000 Hey Ya sounding song.
Yes,
and he even said that all right towards the beginning.
Because I was like, this beat sounds oddly familiar. And then he did that, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense.
That was a good song.
Now, I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
Side notes, totally random. Has to do with Outkast. Is Ray Sherman the new Outkast? And hold me up, I'll tell you why. So Outkast,
I was ready to.
Other than the fact that they have 2 members and Ray Sherman's 2 members,
okay,
they appeal to a mass audience. They're not just like they don't just appeal to
hip hop fans or just they're global.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what Ray Sherman is. They're global. They have hits. Their hits are global. Outkast had hits. Their hits, and they're not just rap songs.
Yeah,
they take different approaches.
I think that's good comparison.
They're like Outkast.
I think minus the individual talent, because I mean, Big Boy is a great rapper, and Jimmy's nowhere close.
Definitely,
and that's and you know Jimmy's my guy, right? So he's nowhere close to Big Boy. 3 Stacks. I mean, no one's close to 3 Stacks.
He's period. On another level. He's gold status.
But Sway Lee's a motherfucking superstar. But I get it. Sway Lee's kind of the different, like, you look at him kind of funny.
He's
the same way you kind of look at 3 Stacks.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy is kind of like the more like
the quiet, hood. Toned down. Like not toned down, but like he's more like you don't see him.
I get it. I'm not mad at that comparison.
Yeah. So I'm just saying the new Outkast.
I'm not mad at that comparison at all. That was a sidebar though for sure.
Yeah.
I like the title track. I always like title tracks.
I don't
bias.
Title tracks.
Bias. Legacy. I really like Legacy a lot. That's where he was kind of. I still need to find out. I need to study Legacy a little bit more. I don't know if he's talking about his own life or if he's making something up.
I gotta listen to that again.
Right? So he's like, if I could do it from my heart again, not my wallet. I hate to recall it, but it's gone now. Legacy is gone now. Like he's talking. So we know him and his wife split, right? He talks about in the song having a son and a daughter, and how, you know, again, it's just his focus on the money has taken away from his focus on what really matters, and you know. What does his legacy even mean to him nowadays?
I gotta listen to that track.
Really personal song. But again, I need to study that a little bit further because I don't know if it's his personal life. I didn't know he had a son and a daughter, according to the lyrics.
Like, you know, lyrical rap. I talked about this. There's a difference. And this is lyrical rap right there. It makes you want to be like, I have to listen to this again to get it.
Iconic.
That was the one
with Jaden
Icon
Smith.
Living.
This icon beat is never dying.
It's not. It's such a good beat.
This icon beat is never going to die.
It's just a good beat.
I was a little cheesed that Jaden Smith said all but 3 words.
Yeah. I listened to the track twice. I'm like, did I miss Jaden Smith's verse? Like, was I thinking about something else?
Yeah. Like, I was like, what? I was like, okay, when is Jaden Smith coming in? When?
Then, when the beat cut, I'm like, okay, Jaden Smith's going to come in with a different...
And then the beat just changed.
And then I was like, oh...
More logic.
I was like, okay, is Jaden Smith going to come in because he don't want to rap on Iconic? Because he did Icon already? And
I wonder if it was just because Iconic obviously sounds just like Icon. I wonder if it was more like Jaden's in the studio. Yeah, go ahead, use it. Just put me on the feature.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is.
You know what I mean? But he was spazzing. I mean, basically the hook was like metaphor game too silly, punchlines way too silly, fuck a milli, I'm trying to make that William. Hold up, wait a minute. That's a Billy.
That's a kind of like I had to hold up a minute. I was like,
that was a bar. For a second, I think I was like taking a shit, and I heard that, and he's like, hold up, wait a minute, and I was like,
I was driving home, and I was like, is that a bit? Like,
William, I can see that. Billy. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, think deeper, guys.
Now, for me, the final song on the album, Last Call.
Yep.
I'm too fucking biased.
I think that's the best song.
I'm too biased here. Give me a Last Call on every album. Now, as you already know,
don't do on every album, guys.
Late Registration is my favorite Kanye album.
I went to go listen to Late Registration's thing right after this. Cause I had to go listen to the OG.
Late Registration, although Twisted Fantasy is Kanye's best album, Late Registration will always be my favorite Kanye album.
It's iconic.
Last Call, man. You get that last call with that Jay-Z laugh at the intro?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yo, first and foremost, fuck you, Kanye. First and foremost, for making me do this shit.
That shit was...
Motherfucker. Doom, doom, doom. So then you start... Okay, I'm a sucker for rapping followed by a story on the beat.
Yeah, you always said that you love stories. You like albums that have stories.
I can't. I can't. That's an automatic W for me. Once you start talking on the beat that you just rapped on, and you're telling like a life story that nobody really knows about.
That's why I like when you tell me about your come up, the shit no one knows about.
I'm weak for that. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So
did you hear what he said in this? Where he told his friends, "Give me a year," and they literally housed him, clothed him, day. And then he got signed a year later. And he told his friend, like, "Fuck your job, I'm moving to LA."
That was.
I was like, damn, that's it. Like, I was thinking about that. Would I do that to one of my friends that's trying to be a rapper? And he's like, "Look, can I live on your couch for 6 months? And I won't contribute to your grocery or your rent.
Damn.
But when I make it, I got you."
Oh, we stumbled upon a good conversation here.
Would you do that? Like, your boy's like, "Yo, look, I got no money, but I'm an aspiring rapper, and I'm gonna put 24/7 into rapping. So I'm not gonna have no money. You're gonna have to buy clothes for me too," because he said his friends bought clothes for me. I don't know if that was a metaphor, but he said they bought clothes for me.
He may have been serious for all we know. I think I would do it conditionally.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So if you said, "Yo, give me a year, please," I said, I'll say this. I'll give you a month to show me something.
Show me progress.
Show me hunger. Show me progress. Show me your followers going up.
I don't want to see you sleeping on
my
couch.
Show me your SoundCloud plays.
Like, I don't want to see you sleeping on my couch.
Yeah, when I get home, like, show me some shit.
Show me you're in the studio.
Do the motherfucking chores in the house or something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then I would make it conditional. Okay, a month? Okay. Right. I see what you're doing.
Let's go 2 now.
Hey, let's go 2 more months.
Let's go 4.
Let's go 4 months. And then we'll kind of get back to that 1 year mark that you said.
And it showed me some solid friendship. If I have friends that do that for me, that's lifelong friends right there.
Well, clearly, I mean, he said to him, "Quit your job. You're making it with me." So, shout out to Logic and his people for that.
I actually rewinded a few times in that song. Like, I gotta hear this part again. Like, did he just say it? Like, I hear it again.
Listen, man, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the top selling album for the week.
Nah,
I wouldn't be.
Lil Wayne's reach is just.
But like Logic always puts up 180. Don't forget.
Lil Wayne's reach is different than Logic's reach.
I don't think so. I actually think that is completely false.
No.
I think that is completely false. And the way that I kind of figured that out was the intro to Logic. The intro, I don't know if you remember the intro track. It's a lot of people calling in on voicemail. Oh, hey, Logic, da-da-da-da. Did you notice the Canadian calls?
There was Canadian calls in there?
There's one person from Calgary. There was one person from, I think they said Toronto.
I didn't hear Toronto.
But they sounded mad white.
I think I do hear Calgary.
Basically, think about all the white boys in Toronto that listen to hip-hop. They listen to 5 people. Lil Wayne, Logic, Eminem, Drake, and
a random
name a fifth.
A random underground.
Pick a K or something. I don't fucking know. Right?
Pick a K.
So Logic is on that list for them.
Now, let me put it this way. Old heads. They ain't looking for Logic.
Yeah.
But they say, Lil Wayne, I got this Lil Wayne.
New heads are going to be the one that gives it 6 spins.
Okay, you know what? I rate you. I
right?
Agree. But I still think Lil Wayne's going to outsell it. Just because of the name.
I think Lil Wayne will be the top seller as well. But I wouldn't be surprised.
If Logic.
I would not be surprised if Young Sinatra 4 is the highest selling album for the week. Again, let's get into rating and let's get into sales predictions. Let's start rating first. I'll go first. So my rating, Logic, Young Sinatra 4, I'm gonna give this a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
7.5 out of 10. And my reason for that is, like I said off the top, it's safe. It's safe Logic. He's not doing anything abnormal. But at the same time, I don't really want him to do anything abnormal because we saw what happens when he tries that shit.
Yeah, we got fucking his last album.
Whatever that album is called. I don't want that. Everybody dies or everybody lives.
No, just everybody,
whatever. I don't want that. Right? So for me, it was, again, a lot of boom bap raps. I mean, a lot of boom bap beats. I'm a sucker for those. Great story on there. He's just lyricism. His lyricism is always there. A couple of standout tracks for me that I'm a sucker for. Like, you can't have the Icon beat and not be fire. You can't have a Last Call type of track on there and not be fire. You can't have, that One Day fit in very well.
Yeah.
You can't have 8 members of the Wu-Tang on one song.
Honestly, that put the album.
So those different factors for me are like, oh my God. And then I like the on the title track, I like the sort of personal story he shared about Mac Miller. Just saluting Mac Miller, saying how Mac was like pivotal to the birth of his career, to the birth of the Young Sinatra brand.
Again,
things like that.
But I'm not saying Mac Miller wasn't.
Yes
but
and no.
I still feel like it was.
Yes and no.
So it's more to his pandering. I just feel like he pandered a lot on this. That's just a feeling.
Maybe.
That's just,
or maybe he's just thankful.
Maybe he is. I'm not. I mean,
again, we don't know, right? But again, I'm gonna say 7.5 out of 10. A lot of good things on here, but nothing exceptionally stellar.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say it's a 7.5, solid. I like it. A lot of replay value for me. What about you?
I will give it an 8.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Like you said, there was nothing bad about nothing bad, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. He kept it safe, but at the same time, there wasn't anything new. There wasn't anything out there. There wasn't anything that stood out. But I made it from, I was thinking about 7.5, and I gave it an 8 for 2 reasons. The Wu-Tang, one of them, that was huge. Getting 8 Wu-Tang or 7 Wu-Tang members in that and get them all to have a verse that was longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was going to just be like a 4.5 minute song.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're just all yelling in the background or something, or, not something, yelling.
Like just part of it. Like,
yeah, like
4 bars each. And then it ended up being like a 9-minute song. I was like, oh, fuck.
And
ouch it.
The one thing he showed me was his versatility with features. Because whenever he had a feature, on the Wale features where I noticed it, and then I went back to listen to the Wu-Tang feature, and he sounded like he was a member of the Wu-Tang. He felt with he made their flow, their cadence, their style. He was in that. In the Wale feature, now I know he's from Maryland, so he probably already has that.
Yeah, he had that.
He sounded like Wale. Like I'm like, put Wale's voice in his point, and you'd be like, yeah, that Wale could totally do the exact way he's doing it. He has that. All his features, he has a way of sounding sounding like them.
In a sense.
Yes, and it shows versatility to me. It shows like he can do more than just one flow, one style of rap. That's why I gave it an 8.
Very, very true. Those are definitely some facts. Let's also talk about, I guess, projected sales. What do you think this project is doing first week?
120.
That's kind of disrespect, I think.
It's 120.
120, eh? Jesus
like I
Christ.
said, I don't think people are looking for Logic.
I don't think people are looking for him, but I think he gets found.
I know that's true because I found it.
Right?
I was not looking for this album, but
it just gets found, and I think that he gets his spins and he gets his listens, and
he has a solid fan base.
He has a really dedicated fan base that are definitely going to give him some spins.
They're probably listening to this right now.
Right? So
in the background, just playing.
Exactly. Just
Just to give him a spin.
The funniest thing about fan bases is that they just like they'll say like, and you see it apparent with like the Nicki and the Cardi fan base. Nicki. Hey, fan base, just put the album on repeat as you go to bed. Put it on silent.
Why?
Let's get our artists to the top.
Like, that's not organic.
Yeah, I don't understand fan bases. Right? Some fan bases are trash. I'm just put that out there. Let's quickly skate over because again, we know this is gonna come out after we record.
It's probably out right now.
Yeah. Let's talk real quick about Yandhi. Now, Kanye tweeted.
Did you enjoy the album?
Let's fake it. Oh yeah, it was good. I really like the intro pump track. Feature. No, fuck that. So Kanye tweeted, this was on Thursday, 27th of September. He tweeted that we are releasing Yandhi Saturday night. Right? We know it will come in number 2 to my brother Lil Wayne, and that's lovely. The universe needs Ye and Wayne music at the same damn time. At the same damn time?
At the same damn time. Poppin' Bill, Bugger, Molly. At the same damn time.
What do you think about that tweet? Because Logic is out as well, and I think if all 3 albums came out at the same time, I think Yandhi would be 3rd.
I actually think Yandhi will be number 2, just because it's Kanye.
You're sleeping a lot.
You know he said pick a K? That 5th K is Kanye.
Damn, pick a K.
But yeah,
I think Logic's doing 180. I think Carter 5 is doing 230, and I think Yandhi, if it came out, or if it comes out after this. Do you remember what
Ye did?
Ye did 120 or 110.
Yeah, I think Yandhi would have done like 130, 140.
Yeah, so I think it would have been 3rd.
But then again, I think
right.
I think 120 and less is what Logic's going to do. So
yeah, I mean, fuck it. Yandhi is not out.
Do you know one thing Kanye did though?
What did he do?
He got rid of the like feature under his on his Twitter. You can't like his tweets anymore.
Oh, real shit.
And he's like, he
really meant that, eh?
And he wrote it. He
really meant that.
He thinks the like feature is a big dick contest. It's all about who can get the most likes, and he's like, that's not what I want from.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking. I mean, he's on some visionary shit.
And then he showed a screenshot with the owner of Twitter, like a message from him, and he was saying, "Thank you for doing this." And he's like, "Yeah, we take your shit." The owner from Twitter was like, "Yeah, we take what you say seriously." Like when I started Twitter, it wasn't supposed to be all about how many likes and how many followers. It was about the conversation. He's like, "You showed us that we can do that," and he's like, "It's a feature we will think about bringing in very soon." And he's like, it's a feature we've thought about before.
At the end of the day, it should be an option. I think that's the easiest thing. I think Twitter should do it. Instagram should do it. All social media platforms. Just option. Allow users to like your post. Mm-hmm. Or option. Showcase number of likes on your post.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
It's an easy toggle.
I don't know if you can't like it or if you just can't see how many likes. But I know you can see how many likes for sure.
I think I like the idea of still liking it, but not showing how many likes.
Because you can always go back and see your likes.
That's it.
Like I want to be able to go back and I like that comment, but then not being able to show the amount. I like that.
I think it's about the content, right? It's about the conversation, the content. If that's good, then who gives a fuck about how many likes it is? To some degree. I mean, we do need some metrics. We do need some apples to apples comparisons at certain times. But I don't know, man. I think that's a good feature. I think that's one of the good things Kanye has said. One of the crazier things he's doing is, of course, drawing more attention to his album release, wearing a MAGA hat, wearing it with a Kaepernick shirt.
Okay, this is Kanye. Again, I say Kanye is a big...
Kanye being Kanye.
What's it called?
Don't even give a shit about this.
What's that thing called when you want to promote your sales? Marketing? Publicity
strategic
stunt.
Marketing.
Publicity stunt. That's what he's doing.
He said he redesigned the hat. He's like, I changed the brim. I changed the shape right here, and I put positive energy into the hat.
Okay, could you change the brim? It doesn't change the
And that's all I did.
Okay, I'm going to change the brim. It doesn't change the hat still, the MAGA hat.
That's all I did. Otherwise, again, his visit to Fader was filled with a whole bunch of nothing.
Fader just wanted the Kanye name to get clicks.
Yeah, it was filled. I guess they were hoping for another TMZ moment.
Yeah, Kanye's not
more or less, but
he saw the backlash. It wasn't worth it.
Whatever, fuck it. I don't even want to talk about Kanye unless it's a Yandhi review.
Yandhi.
So let's skip right over that. Now, what I do want to get into, this is an ultimate Harris hot take here.
It's all you.
I think it's time to start talking about this fake beef that's looming between J. Cole and his artist, J.I.D.
They're beefing?
I think it's that time, man. I don't think it's known yet.
They beefing?
I don't think the public knows this yet. I think J.I.D. truly feels like he is better than J. Cole.
Well, you know what?
I truly think that.
Right? I've said it before. To be the best, you gotta say you're the best.
Let's think about J.I.D.'s rise over the past 6 months. When did XXL come out?
Oh, sometime over the summer.
Yeah, sometime over the summer. Now, obviously, J.I.D., I mean, it's on my rotation every week, his 2017 album, The Never Story. So it's not like he's just coming out of nowhere. But in terms of his mainstream popularity...
Yeah. He did have one song that was on a lost Spotify playlist. Never had the money, never got the money, never do anything.
Like, never been shit.
I thought it was a girl for the longest time.
Never out, never do shit down, never gave two shits.
I thought he was a girl at first.
Never had a running on the wrist. What was I saying? I completely lost my point.
Something about him being mainstream now?
Yeah, I mean, the mainstream success, the XXL definitely helped him. His freestyle on XXL definitely helped him. The fact that his DiCaprio 2 album is coming out, people are waiting for that. And then obviously the single, 151 Rum.
I still haven't listened to it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you definitely got to fucking bump that because everyone's talking about it. Now, J.I.D. is an interesting character on Twitter, right?
Why? He's wild? He does them Twitter fingers?
He does some sneaky shit. I have 3 examples because I'm too lazy to look for the rest. But this is a trend that I have noticed for about a month now.
Okay.
But I have 3 examples. One example, somebody tweeted, J.I.D. is the best rapper on Dreamville. You know who that tweet was liked by?
J. Cole?
J.I.D.
Oh.
So J.I.D. liked a tweet saying that J.I.D. is the best rapper on Dreamville. That's number 1.
I'm not going to fault him on that.
Kind of normal for now.
I would like someone to say that to me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Kind of normal for now. So now somebody else tweeted. This is a verified account. I don't even know who Joy Manda is.
No idea. Everyone can be verified now.
Who knows? Anyway, so they tweeted, so at J.I.D. raps well, ? Like almost in a sarcastic way. Yeah. Wale responded to that, and he said, dog is in the alien. I need to see some ID or proof of birth that he wasn't created in a lab. J.I.D. responded to that saying, LOL, my boy. That's the Wale Cole track. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, J.I.D. might be throwing some shots to Cole. Saying, I'm your real boy. It's not Cole.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I didn't think of it that way.
This is the conspiracy. This is how sick my mind is.
Yo, for real.
Right? Now, there was another tweet. Somebody said, where was this from? Oh, this is when J.I.D. tweeted, I'm in London. I need some weed. And everyone's like, oh, are you crazy? Like, why are you incriminating yourself? And he's like, bro, it's not like it's crack or something. Right? Like, chill. It's just weed. So somebody tweeted, bruh, Cole is going to whip your ass for that one. J.I.D.'s like, he responded to that tweet saying, nigga, who? Bro. I think something's looming here. I think something is looming here. Now, this may just be a Harris hot take.
I thought it was just music-wise. This is more than music at this point.
This may just be my sick mind working
more than music
in its sick ways. But I think that J.I.D. truly thinks he's better than J. Cole. And I think there's a fake beef looming. So I'm going to put that out there in the universe. Because if you guys hear it anywhere else, you'll know that it started here. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about J.I.D.
I thought it was just I thought you were started. I'm like, oh, it's probably just, you got to be the best. You got to say you're the best. Like, you can't say, oh,
it's deeper than rap.
But now when you said, nigga, who? I was like, okay.
It's deeper than rap.
Yo, what's in your rotation?
What is in my rotation, man? Shit, let me go to my list. I haven't used Tidal at all, by the way. It's been all Spotify. I'm running out of months, right? So I'm getting
trying to get back to
you know what it is. Carter 5, Young Sinatra 4, of course, is going to be in my rotation. And in fact, I think it's going to stay in my rotation because those shits are fire.
Yep.
That Black album, man, I'm sorry. East Atlanta Love Letter. Mm-hmm. The entire album's on my, definitely. I went back to Mood Music 3. Mood Music 3 by Joe Budden. Definitely some good tracks on there. I'm still bumping that Jameson, Velvet.
Yeah, Jameson. Yeah. The one you talked about a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Probably the week before.
Blood Orange has an album that came out not too long ago called Negro Swan. I'm bumping that. Blood Orange is a really, really good artist. I like their shit. What else am I bumping? Droga's Wave, still getting some plays for me.
I bumped a little bit of that this week too.
And because you listen to Droga's Wave, you have to listen to the Cool and Food and Liquor.
Because it's 2 albums just because you listen to one album.
So that's definitely in my rotation's deep right now.
Trust me.
What else is in my rotation right now?
The bench, the role players, the reserves, the D leagues up here.
You know what? I'm gonna leave my rotation at that. That's kind of what I've been playing this week. What's on your rotation this week?
So Young Sinatra 4 is sorry, my thing just went away. There you go. Carter 4 or 5. That's just going to be on rotation for the part next till Christmas at least. Some Gunna. I don't know why I just got into Gunna recently.
I mean, shit, why not?
On the Run, I've played a few times too. I don't know why. Again, it's just one of those things that it hit me and it hit me nice. Pause.
Hit me nice. That's an ugly laugh.
Lil Barrett. I bump his album at least like 3 times a week. It's only 8 tracks.
He's been on your rotation for a little bit.
I don't know.
From Toronto too, no?
He's from Toronto, from Regent Park.
Okay, salute.
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
I think he's next up in Toronto, to be honest.
Salute, man.
Everyone started watching out for Lil Barrett. He actually has a show I was going to ask you if you want to go to. But it's not really him. It's like a bunch of other people. We'll talk about it off here.
We'll talk about it off the mic.
What else is there? Did you know Lil Peep? So you know the XXXTentacion song with Lil Peep?
Yes.
This song was supposed to be Lil Peep, not originally, but it was written by I Love McConan.
Okay.
And Lil Peep. So I Love McConan came out with a raw version, which is one they had recorded together of this song. So I just thought that it was okay.
I'm cool on that.
Whatever. Let me see what else is in here. Mona Lisa, Drip Too Hard. I love that song. New Paddock on my wrist. And there's a bunch of Uzi.
Bare singles.
A few Uzi. Drake, of course. I brought back the Travis Scott Astroworld this week. I got a few bumps.
Sicko Mode is on my rotation.
I know that. I know Drake's whole part Inside Out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Actually, on my way here, I started bumping Trippie Redd's album again.
Okay.
One song came on and I was like, you know what? I could bump this. And next week, I'm going to try to bump Testing.
Do it again, please.
Because I'm trying to get, everyone's saying you need to get a second listen.
Actually, I just took that in. You haven't listened to Testing in a long time.
I never gave it that second listen. I gave it a few listens. Not few. I gave a few songs, a few listens. I was like, okay.
Just give it a full listen. Give it a no-skip listen. And you'll be like, this is actually a really fucking good album.
And then.
For today's time.
I was working late at work and I bumped 2 albums. East Atlanta Love Letter.
And
that
Black.
Zoo by Russ. That's still good. That's still getting played.
Yeah, the whistle song or the flute song or whatever. I like that track. Track.
It's a really good intro.
People diss it, but I like that song. Shout out to that one.
Yeah.
I guess let's end that music potpourri segment, man.
Music potpourri.
Let's get into some entertainment. Our entertainment report. Now I want to start with Steve Harvey talking mad spicy. Hella spicy. This was like during an outtake of fucking Family Feud. It's funny because if you watch the video, it's like 2 minutes long. You can see the cleaners like mopping the floor, sweeping the floor as one of the directors is like bringing out a contestant for like Fast Money.
Oh shit.
And it's funny because the contestant's face is blurred out because this is like an outtake, right? This is like Steve Harvey talking to the audience. And I'm just wondering, why is her face blurred out if she's gonna be on fucking national television? That was a sidebar, but nonetheless,
that's a good question.
Steve Harvey is like, all these rappers, they say there's a bar about me in a song. Rappers talk about me all the time. Some say some good things, some say bad things.
The Harvey suit, Steve Harvey suit.
Yeah, Steve Harvey suit wearing nigga or whatever Pusha T said. He's like, why do I care what a rapper has to say? This is what bothered me. He said, I don't even care what a singer has to say about me. Now, first of all, you sound very coonish there.
Legit. There's no difference.
Right? There's no difference. The fact that you put singers above rappers, it might be time to get Steve Harvey out of here. He also is like, Steve Harvey? He's also like, I don't even really care what a politician has to say about me. Now, okay, I get it. You're a little bit more corporate, so you do see politician.
And we'll say that's even like a different.
Yeah, that's a different avenue. So I'm not hating on that. Right? So he's like, I heard this Pusha T. Who's Pusha T?
Okay, he knows who Pusha T
Pusher T. Why is this Pusher? I heard Steve Harvey, this person's talking about you. And I'm like, who? And they said Pusha T. And I'm like, who? Who the fuck is Pusha T? Fuck Pusha T. And he's cussing to the crowd. First of all, I'm thinking, I thought Family Feud was a family show.
Oh, no. He not
swears. Anymore.
They bleep out his swearing.
Not anymore.
My mom loves that show.
That show is so addictive, bro. I was watching it earlier today. But yeah, he's going in, and then he does like a little like, you know, funny rap, like, you know, fuck Pusha T, you don't know me, like, you know, like a simple ABC type of rap. Yeah, like that type of shit. But he's talking mad spicy, man. You think he knows who Pusha T is?
I think he knows. It's everyone's go-to when you know someone's famous.
To say who are they?
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, especially when you're famous yourself. Yeah. You're kind of like...
He knows who Pusha T is. And Pusha T didn't really say anything bad about you.
That was the craziest part.
Pusha T's... not Pusha... Steve Harvey was known for wearing that type of suit.
A Steve Harvey suit where, in fact, he's making fun of Drake's dad.
Yes.
for wearing... oversized suits.
And Steve Harvey was known for his oversized suits.
And he still wears them.
So it's not like...
He wears those Teddy Long suits. Yeah. Fucking WWE.
Teddy Long suits.
Fuck. But he's talking spicy, man. I mean...
He's just in his bag about it.
Do you think Pusha T says... I'm not going to say responds, because this is not a beef. This is not a battle. I'm going to say, do you think Pusha T says anything about this?
Yeah, I think he will. He'll hide it in a bar. Like, he won't make a whole song. But, you know...
You think it'll be a sub?
Or just like a... Like, yeah, you on TV. I heard you making some shit about
You're asking, who the fuck am I? You know who I am? I'm standing next to Barack or something.
Yeah,
you know
some shit like, and then you go on with something
and
else.
And then just move on to another line.
Yeah, he'll do some shit like that.
It's almost like the way he, let's call it, remember the way you said that he drew bait with the whole, it was written by Quentin? Yeah.
Exactly. He would just give you like a quick little sub and then
obviously Steve Harvey won't catch that, or his, people that are informing him, they won't catch that.
They don't listen to Pusha.
And then it's all over.
The only reason why they heard that was because it was a
Because they said his name.
And Steve, it was a diss to Drake.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the story of Adidon?
Yes.
Yeah, it was in the story of Adidon. So that was a Drake. Everyone in the world heard that song.
Or maybe not even that. Maybe they just have like Google alerts on, like ad alerts, it's Steve Harvey. Oh, track, where did it come from? And then like
storyline was he dissed Steve Harvey.
Yeah, like maybe there's enough articles that said, oh, he said Pusha T said this Steve Harvey line, and then again your Google alerts are on, and that's how Steve Harvey found out. I'm pretty sure. Let's move on from that. So the viewers have spoken. Last week, we posted a clip on Instagram. We asked Katt Williams versus Kevin Hart, who A, wins in a fight, but most importantly, B, wins in a battle, a comedic battle, a battle rap of sorts, but for the comedy version of it.
I did not know how people...
Now, you thought Kevin Hart.
I thought Kevin Hart. I did not know people.
I don't know why you thought that.
I think he's quick-witted.
Katt Williams is battle-tested.
That's the thing, though. When I think about that, you know what?
That's the thing.
When it comes to, like, dissing someone, straight up, Katt Williams will have the harder diss, but Kevin Hart will just have the quicker, like...
I don't even think he'll have the quicker ones.
I think it'll be quicker. It just will be harder, if that makes sense.
Katt, I think, kills Kev all day. All day, other than box office success, I think Katt Williams mops the floor with Kevin Hart in almost every category.
Yeah,
I'm just putting that out there. But the viewers have spoken. They agree with me and not with you. They
Fuck
think
those people.
They think it's Katt Williams. They think he's the one. Now, I bring this up because Katt Williams kind of responded in a sense, and what he basically said was, "Listen, Kevin Hart, I'm coming to Philly. I have a show there," or something along those lines. It's whatever you want. You want to rap? You want to play hoops? You want to bowl? You want to fucking shoot darts? You want to do some archery? You want to have a comedic battle?
This is
whatever you want. Let's put some money on the line. I forget the amount that he said. I think it was either $500,000 or $5 million or something like that.
$5 million.
Something like that. $1 million. Something like that. He's like, listen,
like 5,000.
Put your money where your mouth is. I will beat you at anything.
Damn.
Let's do it.
Damn, I called him out.
So that leads me to ask you, do you think this could ever happen? Because...
No.
Okay.
No, just straight.
Okay.
No. Sorry, what were we going to say? Because...
No, I think I'm onto something here.
Okay.
I don't want people to steal our ideas. Fuck it. Everyone steals our ideas anyway. Right. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Nick Cannon could be involved here.
I think Wildin' Out type of thing?
Not quite Wildin' Out. But when you think Wildin' Out is kind of the only form of, let's call it, battle rap.
Yo Mama.
Yo Mama, right?
Yeah, that's what's done though.
Hey, if she don't remember Yo Mama,
she's too young for you.
Too young for you.
Unless you're 12.
But when you think about it, Wildin' Out is kind of the only, let's call it battle rap thing that's out there in the comedic landscape.
Yeah.
Right? Why don't comedians battle more? Like, why don't they do pay-per-view? Like, you want to do a $20 pay-per-view?
Because they don't want to show that they're weaker than someone. It's like, why would I watch a stand-up if you lost to that guy in a rap battle? It's like, well, I don't really care. Like,
but if you can normalize it, losing wouldn't quite matter.
It's going to take a while to know. Like, you got to get some people that aren't scared of losing.
Too much of a project.
Like, exactly. Like, if Kevin Hart loses to Katt Williams,
he's done.
Exactly. For like a good 3 years, all you're going to hear is, wow, Kevin Hart's coming to me, but he lost to Katt Williams. And that's all Katt Williams is going to run with. Yeah, I beat Kevin Hart. Why are you going to watch his movie? He's not that funny. I'm funnier.
Nick Cannon, if you're listening.
Hit us up, though.
You gotta hop on that. But hit us up. We got some ideas. I don't want to say too much.
Trust me.
But we got some ideas. Nick Cannon. Just listen. DM us.
If you know Nick Cannon, send this to him.
If you know Nick Cannon, send this clip to him.
No, we got
Segment
ideas.
this clip and send it to him because we got some ideas.
You know what we said last episode, though?
I don't remember what we said last episode.
We were talking about how Harvey went on the radio show and was talking about Kim.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know, man. It's cool. It's all out of love. It's all out of love.
For real, yo.
Remember what Kevin Hart said though as well? He's like, when he was wilding out on the Breakfast Club, he's like, man, I don't got time to care about this whole Katt Williams thing. He's like, it's not a beef. I don't have time to care because I make so much money. Basically,
bars. That's bars.
I think that would be why we never see this.
It's not why. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't think Kevin Hart is afraid to quote unquote battle him.
Celebrities' egos are bigger than you think. There's a reason why people don't do certain things and you think they should. Okay. Their egos are bigger than you think. And
maybe.
He knows he's not going to fuck up his bag by losing to Katt Williams.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's like, if I battle Katt Williams and I win, it messes me. It's good for me, but I'm already at such a high point that I'm not going to go any higher.
He doesn't gain. He has nothing to gain and everything to lose.
Yeah, he's boosting Katt Williams' stock. That's kind of by going into the battle.
That's true.
That's what I think, and
this is never happening.
I think as a celebrity, like they think about stuff deeper than we think.
This is never happening. But you know what? Katt Williams still wipes the floor with him. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it on that front. Let's talk about Trill Cosby real quick.
Trill Cosby.
I
saw the horriblest meme ever.
Horriblest, okay.
I'm sticking with that word, horriblest.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
What it was a caption that was like, she says she doesn't have sex on the first date. And then it was Bill Cosby as Salt Bae. And then he like pills rather than salt were coming. I was like, this is so horrible. It was bad. It was bad. Funny part, that person deleted it like
and let's rewind that real quick because we shouldn't laugh.
Yeah. Trill Cosby, I'm not going to tell you, or Pill Cosby, I'm not going to tell you about it because everyone's talking about it. Go find out what he did.
Yeah, I mean, but
3 to 10 years in prison.
It. Yeah, 3 to 10 years in prison. Do you think he does his full time?
No. Yeah. He went to state prison too, supposedly.
Apparently they gave him the full treatment.
He's in the same prison as Suge Knight.
Suge
Knight's a murderer. I'm not saying one's better than the other.
They sent him to the Suge Knight type of prison.
Why I went to Suge Knight's prison?
That nigga not gonna last there.
My only thing about this was I loved the Cosby Show growing up. I don't know about you. Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
If it was to come on TV now, would you still watch it?
100%.
Okay, good.
I'm still watching. I'm a proud supporter of the Cosby Show. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
I'm watching if it comes
about this in a sense of affecting what the Cosby Show means to me.
Okay, thank you.
Fuck that.
So
I'm
it's
still
not
watching the Cosby
Show. Quote,
Show.
Unquote, canceled.
I love the Cosby Show. Harris loves the Cosby
and
Show.
And Shola too.
That's all I got to say.
And I'm going to still watch it if I see a rerun. Okay.
That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I really had to say about that. I just wanted to ask, does this cancel? Because we're in the year of, or in the
era of cancel culture.
Shit. Yeah, cancel culture. That is what it's called, actually, cancel culture.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
we're not.
I'm not canceling. I'm canceling Bill Cosby, but I'm not canceling the show.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not canceling Dr. Huxtable.
Did you see what Amber Rose said? Because Amber Rose was catching some flack.
What'd she say?
Because what she had said. Now, obviously, we know where Amber Rose stands when it comes to feminist movements, slut walk, that type of thing.
Slut walk.
Right? So what she said was, I don't even remember the exact words, but it was something to the effect of, I hope he does 80 years. Obviously not literally. I hope he does 80 years and he dies on the very last day of his sentence or something like that.
Harsh. That's just harsh.
So she caught some flack for that because it was like, oh, how do you wish that upon? Da, 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 da. I said to myself, I have nothing wrong with what Amber Rose said.
I have nothing wrong with that either.
She has a reason for saying it. As she said, because basically what she said was, age is, people are saying age is a factor. Why are we sending Cosby in at age 81? And she was saying, well, age wasn't a factor when he was drugging 17-year-olds' drinks.
Like I said last year, you do the crime, you do the time.
So why should it matter when he gets caught? It's the fact that justice needs to be served.
Yep.
Therefore, I hope he, and again, paraphrasing, I could be wrong. Therefore, I hope he suffers through the life of his sentence and he dies on the very last day.
The only thing I don't like about that is I personally do not wish death upon someone.
Yeah, and that's where she was catching flack. It was like, don't wish death. And I understand that.
But I have nothing wrong with what she said.
But I have nothing wrong with it because it's an older person.
Yeah, it's not like he's 20.
When you say, I wish death upon, it's not to say, like you said, it's not like they're 25 years old, they got 15 years in prison, and you're like, oh, I hope them death on their last day. Because no, they're only going to be 40 years old.
Yeah.
But at 81 years old, or however old Bill Cosby is,
your life's not done. But
if he does the full 10 years, that's 91 years old. That's beyond the life expectancy in United States.
I don't think prison was meant for 91-year-olds to live comfortably and healthy.
You know what? I have zero problem.
And he's legally blind.
I have zero problem with what Amber Rose said. Just in
general. It doesn't bother me. Let me just put it that way.
That's it.
I don't have zero problems, but it just doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all. I was gonna talk about the Instagram founders leaving, but fuck all that shit.
Do you know why they left?
Facebook is walling out.
Oh.
Long story short, Facebook is walling out. Zuckerberg way too controlling.
With the court shit that's happening.
Yeah, the founders of Instagram said, fuck all that shit. We're done.
They got the bag, though.
They tried to do it in like a sneaky way. Oh, we're going to pursue our creative.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay, sure. I bet. And then subsequently, Facebook has a breach of privacy, as usual. I'm sure my information is definitely in the hands of some Russians. I don't doubt that. And 50 million accounts were affected. Whatever.
Probably mine too.
It is whatever the fuck it is. Let's wrap up this entertainment report, man, because I want to move on to that sports talk.
Let's get it.
NBA is back.
Finally.
You already know what it motherfucking is. NBA is back. Let's get it.
Dude, give them a laugh for the NBA.
Yeah, I can't fucking get over that laugh. That's all I really had for sports talk, man. NBA is back.
I don't watch the preseason.
Preseason. Didn't LeBron play on Friday?
I don't watch preseason. No one cares. No one takes it seriously. No one's trying to get hurt.
I'm trying to see some highlights, man.
That's why. Did you see Ben Simmons highlights?
No.
Oh, I sent it to you.
I didn't look.
Oh, well, I sent you some Ben Simmons highlights.
I don't open a lot of links that are sent to me.
It's in Instagram.
I'm just the worst, man. I'm just the worst. Was it from a preseason game?
Yeah. Okay. From last game.
I'm gonna check that shit out.
It's kind of like Ben Simmons is doing Ben Simmons. Like, I'm not trying to say anything for fantasy draft, but
I've been saying Ben Simmons, man.
We might average a good triple-double, like a winning team triple-double.
Saying Ben Simmons is the motherfucking truth.
But
people were hating on him when people were saying it was Donovan Mitchell. It wasn't Donovan Mitchell.
Everyone that thought Donovan Mitchell was just trying to play that devil's advocate.
They were just being weirdos.
Yeah.
Let's get into some super early predictions just because we can. Let's talk who wins the chip.
Golden State.
I'm gonna go Houston.
We know why.
Yeah, we know why. Because Chris Paul. Who wins the East?
Fuck. You know what? That's actually a hard one. I'm going to say Toronto.
I'm going to say Toronto
and
as well.
I'm being biased like how you said Houston. I'm going to say Toronto. We're from
Super
Toronto.
Biased.
I'm not going to not root against Toronto. We're
for
not
anyone
a bad
that
team.
doesn't agree, fight me. But I
know where to find us?
think think Boston is worse when they're healthy.
Too many hands in the pot.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
There's such a thing as
hands in the pot. Too many chiefs, not enough.
That's horrible. There's not too much cheese, not enough Indians.
I think, but that's problematic. So let's not go there. Too many chefs in the kitchen. Let's keep it at that. I think Boston's gonna have problems. I don't think Philly is strong enough.
Philly's too young,
I think Toronto does it. Rookie of the year.
Fuck! I gotta see who came out this year.
Yeah, who came out?
Who was the first pick? I forgot
Aiden,
this draft.
DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, rookie of the year would be Luka Doncic.
Eh?
I feel like he's gonna be rookie of the year.
Trae Young.
No, Trae Young is Trae Young just there to boost seats, to sell seats.
Too raw,
and he's on a team that's not as good. The reason why I said Luka is because he's on Dallas. Dirk wants to teach him. Mm-hmm. They want Dirk to teach him. They're a young team.
I feel like he's gonna quickly outshine Dennis Smith.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely, I see that happening. They want him to play with Dennis Smith. Like, the team is not shitty enough to not make it to playoffs. They still have the potential to make
They're like a 36, anywhere from 36 to 43 wins if they get it. It's one of those franchises that you don't think are that good, but they somehow pack some wins on.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to be.
To me, that's Utah. To me.
Yeah, Utah.
I don't know how Utah gets 50 wins.
Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know how Denver gets 50 wins.
Yeah, Denver is my sleeper team to watch out for.
Those are two teams I just don't know how they rack up wins. Mm-hmm. To me, they're just not that talented, in my opinion. But whatever, fuck it, they happen to do that.
Winning the West.
Well, I think Houston.
Golden State.
I'm being biased towards that, but whatever. It is what it is.
This guy took the heaviest steps.
Trevin's in the motherfucking building. Right at the end of our recording, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got to get him on the mic more often. MVP. Oh, motherfuck. Who's gonna win that MVP? Fuck.
That's a hard one.
I can't think. I'm going Kawhi Leonard.
I'm going Kawhi too.
I'm going Kawhi Leonard. You're right.
I feel like Toronto's going to go 60 plus wins because of Kawhi.
Potentially, yeah, you know.
And we're going to go all the way to conference finals because of Kawhi. And he's coming
back, of course, from a fucking injury. So it's his comeback year in that sense.
And his contract year.
So, yeah, I think we're definitely in good hands. I think Kawhi's going to put up 25, 7, 4 assists, 2.5 steals, a block.
2 blocks.
And yeah.
On good shooting splits, too.
That's a good fucking point. Could be Kawhi. I think I'm all out of predictions.
Yeah, that's all I have. We're probably going to change again right before the NBA starts.
Oh, definitely.
When we see the NBA
definitely.
season.
But shout out to the NBA for being back. It's preseason. If you see us locked in the house at night, you now know why.
You're going to see those snaps.
Definitely. That's it for the sports talk, man. I guess it's time to get into that CCS. So you know what it is already. It's that crazy Canadian shit. Siza, as you say for the clean version. It's those eye-opening stories. It's those what the fuck stories. And of course, it has the commonality from being right here, home to Canada. Sometimes it's very close here in Toronto, and we're mad aware of it. And other times it's hella far, and we're just as clueless as you guys.
We found out when you found out.
We found out we were today years old when we found out. Now this week for CCS, I have nothing, so this is all you, man.
I got one.
Hear me
Actually, I might have 2. One's shorter than the other. I'll go with the first one.
Hey, whatever
Doug Ford is already changing his mind about where we can smoke weed in Ontario.
So Doug Ford is Ontario's premier
governor for you guys in the States that want to understand what a premier is.
Yeah, he runs the province, equivalent to running the state. Just to make you guys aware in the States. But go ahead.
With legalization,
indubitably,
with legalization just weeks away.
All right, run it back.
Yesterday, it was announced that the Conservative government. What the hell? This doesn't even make sense. It was announced by the Conservative government that Ontarians, is that a word? Ontarians?
Yeah, Ontarians.
Or whatever, Ontarians.
People from Ontario.
Yeah, will legally. I cannot speak right now. My mouth is hella dry.
Read a
My mouth is hella dry.
Article at all.
Will be legally allowed to smoke weed anywhere where cigarettes can be smoked.
Okay.
Including streets.
So we can
public
smoke
parks
weed out here.
And outside the buildings.
Okay.
But now it seems Premier Doug Ford has already changed his mind. The decision announced by his own party yesterday, which was up a few days ago, probably last week when you listened to this.
Whenever this article came out.
Would allow pot smokers to light up in public parks. Why did he write it like that?
Why not?
But Ford today said he doesn't want people smoking around playgrounds,
which is kids. Acceptable. Yes. Very acceptable.
So I'm not going to sum up the story because it goes pretty further.
Tell me Spark Notes motherfucking version. Damn.
I just want to get that part off. He says they're going to put some more thoughts into this legalization of smoking everywhere so that kids and playgrounds will be no smoke areas and no smoke around kids.
I think it's very simple, man.
But why can I drink my liquor in a park and it's so totally fine?
You can't.
Oh, you can't?
That's the thing, is that you can't, right? So
but I can smoke my cigarettes.
I don't think you can smoke cigarettes in public parks either legally. I don't think you can.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Okay. But I think for weed, it's very simple. Allow it wherever cigarettes are allowed. Fuck public parks. I think it's that easy. Don't do it in a public park.
Makes sense.
Don't do it in an area where there's children. And that's really all there is to it.
Pretty much, yeah, I agree with that.
Right? That's really all there is to it.
I agree with that. Like, no go around kids. Like, come on, kids are sacred.
Kids are the future. They're the future.
And then my last CCS.
Okay,
I'm gonna be real quick.
Hella quick.
India opened up its copycat version of Tim Hortons.
Oh my god!
And it's called Tim Hortons.
Like Hartens.
HOTTENS.
Tim Hortons.
For you guys who don't know what Tim Hortons is, we've explained it before and I'll explain it
Mary
again.
Poppins, Tim Hortons.
It's our version of Dunkin' Donuts. Let's call it that.
There's Tim Hortons in the States.
Yeah, but it's only in border states.
That's true.
So like you won't find it like in New York.
This guy knows mad terminology. Border states. Okay.
I read that somewhere. I probably read it somewhere at one point.
I'll give you that.
Tim Hortons.
Hortons.
It literally looks exactly like Tim Hortons from the logo.
My God.
It even says cafe and bake shop.
Oh my god.
But it's a sit-down restaurant. And it has more of a nightclub feel to it, they said.
They're wilding out. This is in India?
This is in India. It's in, I'm going to butcher the name, but bear with me. Yamunanagar. Okay?
That's all I got to say to that.
Tim Hortons was actually reached and talked about this, and they said, although they do appreciate the
reach out,
the flattery,
they
believe what's that thing that J. Cole said? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Well, this wasn't J. Cole. I mean, J. Cole's not the connoisseur of that statement.
He's the one I remember saying a lot.
Fair enough.
Or making it more notable. They did say they are issuing a cease and desist.
They should.
But they do say they do appreciate that.
They definitely should.
That's all.
Well, then, I guess if that's going to be the end of our CCS, I guess that is going to bring us to the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. It's been episode number 23, that LeBron James episode, that Michael Jordan episode.
LeBron James.
You already know what it is. LeBron James. But you already know what it is, guys. Please, please, please continue that conversation by telling a friend to tell 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 a friend. You know what it is. 6 degrees of separation, guys.
You know what it is.
Now, as usual, I go by the name Harris.
Yeah, you can call me JustShola if you want.
I guess you just got to tell them that number one rule.
Watch out for the wastemans.
Watch out for the wastemans. Stay warm out there because it's mad cold.
No more 20s.
Halloween's coming up.
Nuit Blanche is coming up.
Don't dress like a hoe.
Dress like a hoe.
Dress warmly.
Like a
That's
hoe.
all I got to say.
Still
but
like
nonetheless, guys, it's True North Views podcast. It's episode 23.
We're here with our boy Kawhi Leonard, and he's about to sign you guys out.
And on top of that, we're fucking under 2 hours.
Celebrate good times.
That is true. We are fucking under 2 hours. That's what we wanted to do for you guys.
I got one more.
That's going to take way too long.
Oh,
so fuck all that shit. True North Views podcast, guys. Oh, wait.
I told you it was loaded up. Under 2 hours.
Nah, that's not working right now. I'm not feeling that. Let's try that again. Episode 23, True North Views podcast. Let's get it.